Guys, what is going on? Guys, oh boy, I'm going to drop the link early because we are going to get into some bullshit today. Guys, okay, there's so much to talk about. We're going to probably have to do this particular live stream a couple of times this year, because there's so much to unpack with this, feminism, anti-capitalist BS. Guys, what an absolute joke. What an absolute joke. Guys, we have these chicks that are the most privileged, spoiled morons. Western women have benefited more from capitalism than any group that has ever lived. They're the most spoiled, lazy, entitled, good-for-nothing group of dunderheads, and talk about tearing down this capitalistic system. Get the fuck.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
What an absolute joke. What a joke. I can't think of anything dumber. I can't think of anything more delusional. Than these chicks who want to try and think that somehow capitalism isn't working, hasn't worked, and never will work, and B, that they're not benefiting from it, and that there could ever be this socialist, feminist utopia. How does that even work? Guys, we'll get into some news here in a second, but guys, let's think of this for a second. These women honestly think that the reason why there's an imbalance, that there's no natural or biological reasons for imbalance, it's all societal, right? They honestly think that if let's just say that they were in Maoist China and everyone had to work on these commune farms and they had a quota of production that they had to do, that somehow a 5'4" chick could somehow produce the same as a 6'2" guy on a farm, or that somehow there wouldn't be any imbalance by the fact that women have to give birth. Think about that. If women have to give birth to keep society going, that means specifically that the men are going to have to pick up their slack, right, guys? Oh no! But they don't actually figure that in. The fact that we allow women to actually be in the workforce en masse, when by nature of their very genetic makeup, being pregnant and having kids means that they are less productive, on top of the fact that they're smaller, they have more health problems, and the fact that they get paid anywhere near the same as absolute clown world. And they think that a socialist regime, which usually results in authoritarianism, trying to make things equal, that somehow they wouldn't be on the business end of that. Think of this. I end up baling 80 bales of hay in a year. Some chick bales 25. Well, they say, well, by law you have to bale 80, or we're gonna put you in jail or delete your family, right? It's basically, yeah. Keyshawn says socialism is authoritarianism. They do not know how much that they benefit from capitalism, and that, guys, capitalism also allows you to redefine or find new ways to be valuable. If we're in a socialist, agrarian, basic labor economy, which they all end up being, right? Guys, women can say, look, say what you want about OF or modeling or actresses. They have found a way in a capitalist system to be valuable and generate revenue, right?
Yeah, there's no incentive for innovation.
Yes.
I was just about to say that.
Why am I going to make a machine or make a new method to do something?
Exactly.
When I still have to be a slave peasant.
Yeah, if everyone's working on rice paddies. Hold on, who do we have here? Oh God, it's Robin's fly. There goes the neighborhood.
Yeah, I ruined it. This is a good topic for me because I'm an ANCAP. Like in terms of describing my beliefs, I'm definitely an anarcho-capitalist, big time.
Oh, we'll actually get into terminology
Yeah, I'd like
here
to
in a
hear
little
that
bit.
defined
Yeah, yeah.
deeper.
Well, Robin's Fly, man. Speak of that, you've been a sub for how long? Since
Oh
when?
shoot,
Like,
over 2
my
years.
first-
I mean, when I was trying
yeah,
to
my
move
first.
to Albuquerque like 2.5, 3 years ago, and I'm still here. Now I live
Yeah,
in
you were
Albuquerque.
my first like 1,000 subs, I think. So yeah, thanks for being here. Some you and Rajai, Steve, all you guys, man. Appreciate that. Let me see. Who do we have here? We have Rajai. What's up, dude? He says everything that they want and everything that women do hinges on capitalism. Our economy is built on them buying things or things being bought for them, and they usually want the least useful of things. Facts.
They
Rajai
wouldn't want to
says,
live in a society that was not incentivized by capitalism.
exactly.
They would not want to be in there.
Yes. Yep. Because guys, if there's no profit or no people spend money that profit money or money that they feel is extra on things that don't matter, right? Like, have you seen the difference? Guys, put a
Discretionary income.
Hold on. Razor says the most trivial industries exist because they only want to have these status over each other. Guys, you put a 1 in the chat if you've been to Germany and you've been to East Germany and then West Germany. East Germany has been rebuilt to a Western standard, but there's still a lot of that Soviet era stuff there. Guys, go to Germany and look at the stark difference in the architecture and the infrastructure, right? Where you see these stone slab Soviet era housing. It's nuts. Tiggy, man, thanks for the membership. I appreciate that. Thanks so much. Rebecca's here. Steve is here. Korg is here. Seagrip, what's up, dude? It's good to see you, man.
We're out here building a new nation for black people.
It's time for you to start paying some dues, nigga.
I ain't giving you shit.
That's a good one.
Laughing, man. What's up, dude? It's good to see you. It's good to see you as usual. Good to see you, my friend. Let's see. I'm gonna bring up a couple of news stories here, guys, and then we will get into the topic because this is a good topic here, guys. Hold on. All right, guys, let's break some news. We'll only do like two or three news stories because this is it's a really good topic. Here we go. Hey, Snowboard.
Yeah.
Can you please give us your view on nonprofits, please? On NGOs, nonprofits. Give us
Garbage.
Your little, yeah.
What it is 90% is siphoned, 10% is legally what you have to do.
Exactly.
And it's mostly run by women who think that they're making a big difference, but they're actually parasites.
Exactamundo. Check this out, bro.
You're an ANCAP too.
universal.
That's an ANCAP opinion.
Here we go.
It has been more than 365 days since Spotlight on Maryland began to relentlessly seek to understand the depths of Maryland's nonprofit industry that is receiving government funding, an entire sector that makes up nearly 13% of the state's private.
Look at that.
What a scam.
That's a big deal.
13% of a state's budget.
It only takes like one person to run a charity.
Yeah.
Just saying, who do I write checks to and distribute this money?
Yeah.
It doesn't take like a team of people and conferences and all this garbage.
Yeah.
It's
Look
a
at this,
scam.
guys.
Our investigation, the
Did
organization.
you guys hear this? All right. You hear it?
It's
okay?
a little quiet, but I can
Yeah,
hear it. That's okay. No, it's fine.
That's as loud as it gets, guys. Sorry.
We can hear it.
Nonprofits have failed to respond to our questions or interview requests, an organization that state agencies have referred us to for questions. We took questions to their office in Baltimore on Wednesday.
My name is Gary Collins. I'm with Spotlight on Maryland. I'm a journalist. I've been trying to reach you guys and wanted to see if we
Good
could
luck.
go ahead and speak with somebody from your organization.
After encountering a locked door, Maryland nonprofit said through his call box they would have to refer us to a colleague because no one here is able to speak to the press.
That's crap.
Nobody's able to speak to the press. We've been trying for over a year to speak to
The organization's representative, who did not consent to being recorded, asked who we tried to reach out to.
I've sent phone calls, I've sent emails, and nobody has been able to contact us and speak with us.
Then after 10 seconds of silence, the call was disconnected.
Hello?
Oh, I'm sure it's an
Yeah.
accident.
Yeah.
Well, I
No,
guess
it
that
just
was
got
it.
disconnected. Sorry
David
about
Turner, Senior Advisor and Communications Director for Governor Westmore.
After both
This guy's a
parties,
giant.
Our partners at the Baltimore Sun were told last summer that answers were forthcoming about nonprofit spending. We pressed the governor's office during an interview.
The state doesn't know how much it spends on nonprofits. Look at this headline.
Yep.
Maryland officials don't know how much the state spends on nonprofits.
Yep. I'm not
Someone
surprised.
says many nonprofits get funds directly from agency grant programs, and we don't track that centrally. Look at that.
We're just saying we're not responsible.
Here's a solution for you: make the spending zero.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
I wish I could spend money and not pay attention on where it where it goes, or where it comes from, or how much I got.
Secret, Robin's Fly, snowboard, Colin. Guys, here. I got our master get rich scam. All right. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Secret and Robin's Fly are gonna open up a help the homeless nonprofit in California. Okay. And then Snowboard and Colin are gonna open up a daycare in Minneapolis.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then
Secret,
I'm
we're really
gonna
gonna
open-
lean into the
guys,
black angle on this one.
and then
Exactly.
and then I'm gonna buy a 1985 conversion van, right? And I'm gonna open up a medical transportation business.
You can no. That can be a boofing station,
Oh,
a mobile
no.
boofing station network.
Yeah. Seriously, guys, we can fleece these local governments for all kinds of money. Guys,
Yep.
it's a good thing all of us have morals, guys.
Exactly.
Seriously. Come
And
on,
if you
man.
notice, like the scams are everywhere all over the
Yeah.
place, but there's a particular concentration with Maryland and Delaware.
Yeah, Maryland,
Always,
Delaware, New York, California,
yeah.
Minnesota, Wisconsin, Denver's getting cooked right now. There's a thing that's going on in Denver. I think Washington State
They're
has one.
everywhere.
They're
They're
everywhere.
everywhere, but I'm saying most, like,
Blue
for example,
states.
like credit
Blue
card
states, yeah.
countries, credit card companies and stuff. It's going to be like Delaware, Maryland. If you see a call coming from that way or anything, just don't even answer it.
Yeah. Guys, I've had one cell phone number my entire life. I've had the same cell phone number for like 25 years. Seriously. I know anyone who calls me from my home area code is a scam.
Yep. Yeah.
Anyone. I don't know anyone from home still. I don't talk to anyone from home still. So nobody who calls me from that number, that area code, needs to get a hold of
And
me.
this is not a game of just Nigeria and India. These are usually liberal white women who are the lower level people. Like I said, they get 80 to 100K.
Yeah.
And they believe in what they're doing.
Yeah.
They believe in it. But the fruits of what they bear are absolute dog shit.
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything.
At all. At all.
But they believe that they're like Mother Teresa.
Yeah. Yep.
Governor's office during
Who also,
interview on
by the way,
Thursday
Mother Teresa
about
also
the
scam people.
Yeah.
Just so you know that. Mother
she was
Teresa
a horrible
scam
person.
people.
Yeah.
unknown data.
Roughly 6 months ago, this office and the Maryland General Assembly didn't really know how much taxpayer money was going to nonprofits. Can you give us an idea of how much money that the state is spending on nonprofits today?
I can't tell you that figure off the top of my head.
So
Damn.
you're useless.
That's
You're
really something
useless.
Look at that.
You're useless.
So you're a one-legged man an ass kicking contest.
Yeah.
Prepared to answer. What I can tell you, there's a series of oversight mechanisms that go to these grant making to nonprofits to.
The lie detector determined
Each of these people are complete scum in this
are
video.
using their funds in the way that they are intended to be used.
Yeah, right. Come on.
If somebody is
It's demonic.
grant
It's
funding,
parasitic.
We want to know about it. We want to investigate it thoroughly, and it should be stopped. I don't think there is any daylight in the idea that we need accountability for people who are not doing the things they say they should be doing.
We asked Baltimore City.
So why don't you
Inspector
do
General
that the
Isabel
past
Cummings
years?
on Wednesday if the lack of information from the governor's office concerns her.
Of course it does. It concerns me as a taxpayer.
Look at this demon. This is a crypt keeper deep. These people are frauds.
No.
They're frauds.
Hold on. She's the inspector general. So her job is to investigate. So you know that she's been sandbagged. They probably took in this crypt keeper looking broad, and I guarantee she's probably one of the good guys.
She might mean well, yeah.
But here's the thing: no one told her, "Hey, look, you're just here to just fill a seat. You're not going to get anything done." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the inspector general. Here's the thing: she can be held accountable. Like it's her job to investigate, and she probably thought that she could do a good job, and now it's hurdle after hurdle after hurdle. You know?
Yes, yeah. Some of these people, and then I'll shut up. Some of these people in these government positions, like I told you, me and my friend basically sued our local government because they were saying like, "Hey, you guys haven't done any work, and we have a log of hours to say, have you looked into any of this? It can make us all a bunch of money, including the government." And they're completely useless, Mucinex, low-level, low-thinking type people, and that's who fill these positions. And it's Groundhog Day till they get their pension, kind of. Maybe some of them might mean a little bit well, but they will never stick their neck out enough to really do much. If you do, you're going to get cooked, you're going to get fired, you're going to be ostracized, and all the rest of it. And it's more work. It's easier to just do less work.
Guys, how many times have we seen people fight these government organizations, and all of a sudden cops are waiting outside their house, or they're getting pulled over, or their business license?
Your Waco, Texas, or Marvin Heemeyer.
Yeah,
it's like one of those two.
Yeah,
it's very, very difficult. Very difficult.
The foundation of what we do.
Cummings said she and her team have rooted out and saved city taxpayers more than $50 million from waste, fraud, and abuse within local government agencies.
Why would this be a secret? And the fact that they can't give us this type of information, that's a massive red flag.
Spotlight on Maryland obtained federal data that shows Maryland has 42,400.
Whoa! What? I need to get in on this. Oh my God.
42.
Oh my God. I can't even make up that many created ones.
42,489 registered nonprofits.
And look at
seems
the
off by a factor
bear.
of 10.
Yeah.
Guys,
and by the way, guys, they're going to fix the bridge.
Guys,
That's coming.
Hold on. I have a public policy background. I may not know like the needs assessment for services in Maryland, but guys, there's no way that a state needs 42,489 nonprofits. That is absolutely absurd.
Even 489 is grotesque. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, it's insanity. It's fraud.
Hold on. How many cities are in Maryland? Let's just break this down. There's 157 municipalities in Maryland, right? That means let's do some math. Let's just divide this. Was it 42, 489? Oops. And let's divide that by, I said 157, right? Yeah. 157. That means There's 270 nonprofits per city.
And do you think they're helping? Absolutely not.
Think about how insane that is. 42,000?
But
Vintage says
nonprofits, you can say companies.
Vintage says all run by feminists. Facts, yeah.
Registered nonprofits. Baltimore City has the largest amount of registrations.
Look at that!
45 filed entities as of November. A former Maryland budget secretary and a Washington, D.C. think tank estimated Maryland nonprofits receive billions in taxpayer money.
Oh, there you go.
By inspector generals, yet this state, which is I hear is the richest in the United States of America.
No, it's not. One or two counties is.
No, guys,
for DC.
I put a
isn't it like the radius around DC that are the richest counties?
My point is that in the news, Maryland's facing the largest fiscal crisis it's had in 40 years. Maryland is cooked.
Doesn't have an inspector general to watch out for the public.
Coming short of calling for a statewide inspector general due to limits on her office engaging in political activities. Cummings pointed to Pennsylvania, Virginia, and Washington, D.C. having a statewide accountability office.
The irony I hear in Minnesota was that they had decided for an inspector general and then they voted it down.
See?
So,
I wonder why. I wonder why. Could
Yep.
it be Omar and the Somali pirates were the ones who voted it down? Right?
And by the way, guys,
that's no word. Hold on. See,
Okay.
like this chick, I mean, you could tell by how haggard her face is.
She might actually be trying.
She's actually trying to do the right
Yeah.
thing.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're actually right. That's why her soul has been sucked out of her body.
A long string of late nighters coming home to some freaking whiskey. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, to deal with the demons. But this goes to show, guys, a lot of where the corruption lies is in the attorney general's offices of your state.
Steve says nonprofits aren't the problem per se, but are when they take taxpayers' money. The majority of nonprofits take government money. They might get donations from the private, but for the most part, they're also taking federal, state, county funds. The majority. So let's finish this, guys.
Not having an independent watchdog, which is so important for taxpayers.
Despite promises from even Maryland Governor Westmore himself in August on providing details on nonprofit spending, taxpayers remain in the dark.
As the state's chief
cooked. All right, guys.
This guy scams his ass off.
Tina
too.
Peters might be.
The thing is that Westmore started out as a good governor, though. Like his first year, he was actually doing good stuff. And then once again, guys,
you get into the boys club.
Yeah, well,
you skim.
There's good people who go into politics, and then politics turns them into bad people. You cannot be a good person in politics. You just can't, or you'll never make it. Period. Right? And that's why, guys, hold up, Snowboard, hold on.
Yeah,
I think it's good to have a bad guy on your side. You know what I'm saying? Like it was, guys. Look at Bill Lambier back in the day. He was one of the biggest bad guys in bad basketball. Giving dudes stone cold stunners and spin kicks on the basketball court. But hey, the fans loved him because he would help the team win. Guys, if you can have that villain on your side who's lying, cheating, and screwing people over to get you what you want, or if you can use that villain as a tool for a righteous cause, more power to you. The issue is that the Democrats still claim to be holy and righteous and judging everyone, and we're right and everyone's wrong, and everyone who disagrees with us is a bad person, is ignorant, is racist, is sexist, or uneducated. That's the problem with the left. Well, the right will at least admit that there's bad people doing bad things. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Even if they believe that they're doing the right thing. Snowboard, you were saying?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, look at Jesse Ventura. He was governor of Minnesota. He moved to Mexico He
Yeah.
says, "I'm done. You can't do anything else." He was the only governor to take. So when you pay your taxes and they didn't spend all that budget, he gave it back to the taxpayer. He said, "This isn't my money, it's theirs.
Yeah.
They need to get it back." That's never been done before. And where does he live? In Mexico, in a secluded location. Why? Because he realizes that the system is cooked and there's only so much that you can do. And I'm not saying he's the perfect person or anything, but that gives you a little bit of insight.
Did you ever
got to be
see-
a Tim Waltz dolt to be a puppet, and you benefit from that.
Did you ever see the guy that played the original DA on a Law and Order? He's the Southern guy. He always plays like a general.
Yeah.
He was like a senator or a congressman in either Wisconsin or Minnesota, and he quit. He was like, dude,
oh my God.
But he went to office. He got elected. He was like, I can't get anything done. Hold on. On Mr. Ark Ryan says, I have no proof of any operation that's popping up everywhere. He's literally me. Addiction recovery centers. Facts. Hey,
absolutely.
Mr. Ark Ryan, look at Florida. Florida has one of the biggest addiction recovery center scams. And because opioids hit Florida so bad that they just allocated all this money super fast. So it was just a free for all. So
what they did?
Sorry, guys. Guys, he was in Tennessee. Yeah. Fred Thompson. Yeah. Guys, Google him. If you see his face, then you'll realize who he is. But yeah, he was like, I can't get anything done in this place. So I decided to leave. So.
The reason Florida has, then I'll stop. Sorry, I'm kind of excited. The reason Florida has a lot of those recovery centers, why? Florida has a lot of people who are elderly. They're retired. They're older. They go down there. They want pain pills. So you used to be able to go from town to town with a driver's license and get oxy pain pills and whatnot. So what people would do, I know the people would go from other states, go down there with a Florida ID, bring them up to a state like New Hampshire or whatever, and make a dick ton of money. And it's not actually truly really breaking the law.
But then you also
that fuels the recovery industry.
But you had doctors who had moved down there specifically to open up skill mills.
Exactly.
Anyways.
Exactly.
Able to get out of prison earlier.
Oh, another judge, guys. Another judge.
Tina Peters might be able to get out of prison earlier than expected without a make-believe presidential pardon or a military rescue mission or any of the other unconventional ideas her defense team has floated. Because today, judges on the Colorado Court of Appeals expressed concern that Peters' 9-year sentence did not follow the law. Marshall Zellinger and I were in the courtroom today, and Marshall, this started out pretty rough for Tina Peters' legal team. The judges were essentially laughing off this idea that she had federal immunity for what she did or that the state didn't have jurisdiction. But then the focus turned to the sentence, and the judges had some real concerns.
Sure, right. The main argument that her attorneys were making is that she had federal immunity for what she did as a county clerk, and that was clearly not impressive to the judges. But what they questioned the state about could get Peters out of prison early or altogether. One judge said he was baffled that the state would not budge on what appears to be a sentencing error, and the appeals court questioned if the judge that sentenced Peters gave her a harsher sentence strictly because she ranted about election rigging.
Remember what
he can't sentence her more because he doesn't agree with what she's saying.
And with that brief sentence, it became clear the Court of Appeals judges seemed willing to agree.
Is this the chick that messed with the election stuff?
Attorneys for former election official Tina Peters argued her conviction stemming from an election conspiracy scheme should be overturned.
Today's hearing comes as President Donald Trump.
Do you guys think that if this was a guy, that he would get this consideration? No.
Continues to pressure Colorado to release the former Mesa County clerk from state prison. Peters convicted of several state felonies for allowing fellow election deniers access to local voting systems in search of voter fraud following Trump's loss in the 2020 election. Now, at the same time as the appeals court is hearing this case, Governor Polis is considering giving Peters clemency. which could shorten her sentence or release her. He still has not made that decision. Your reporter Alan Janae live outside the state appeals court tonight.
And Alan, you were in the courtroom.
You're going to give regular people access to voting records? Are you insane? Guys, you can go to... Look, I'm not risking my ass. That's for sure. Guys,
Well, the word in the courtroom today.
We'll do one more story. Here we go. She looks like Miss Piggy.
Hey, I kind of like her.
Well, the word in the courtroom today was betrayal, as 55-year-old Bonnie Bova from Lancaster was sentenced for stealing almost $2 million from Highgate Medical Group.
$2 million.
Greedy parasite.
Bova worked there for many years, and they say that she admitted to stealing $1.8 million from the medical practice over the course of 7 years. And in a letter that was written and read in the courtroom by the partners at Highgate Medical Group, they said that they're actually alleging that they think she took even more, but because of bank records, they can only prove that she stole $1.8 million. We spoke to the Highgate Medical Group's attorneys today, and they tell us that they're happy.
Obviously, whenever a situation occurs like this, there are two things that the victim wants at all times. That is justice and accountability. And in this case, a prison sentence is justice, and a guilty plea is accountability.
Bova was sentenced to an indeterminate amount of years in prison, with the minimum being 2 2/3 years and the maximum being 8. We spoke to the district attorney, Michael Kane, today, and he says that this sends a clear message.
Well, I hope the message is that, the people that are interested in, stealing from their employers should think twice about it, because she's going to state prison for more than 2 years, maybe as much as 8 years. And this is a 55-year-old woman who's never had a criminal history in her life. She's got no criminal record.
Good.
That's not going to be easy for her.
Bova was inconsolable from the time that we walked into the courtroom. And
stupid ass.
I smell tuna in your future.
Now, guys, here we go. Okay. Guys, we all know what feminism means, right? We all know what capitalism is. Now, guys, once again, put a 1 if you agree with me. Feminism is a masculine mindset, and socialism is a feminine mindset. No real man that has testicles, that has a backbone, embraces socialism or communism. Because, guys, us men, we have to live in reality, right? Oh, guys, look. Well, anyways, guys, socialism in and of itself is stupid. Guys, put stupid in the chat if you agree. Socialism, communism, stupid, because it's not based in reality. We are all the same. We should be treated equally under the law, but we cannot have the same outcomes, because some are taller, some are shorter, some are bigger, some are smaller, some are faster, some are smarter, some are dumber, some are women, therefore they're useless, right? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And what happens is that if you want things to be fair, which is subjective, someone has to determine what fair is and enforce said fairness. Therefore, whoever has the ability to enforce that fairness is at the top of the hierarchy. It's a very simplistic hierarchy, but the people in charge that enforce the fairness are the elites. And they're much more powerful than the elites under a capitalist system, because there's always a new market, a new product, a change in the market that could change the elites. There are elites, there are millionaires who lose their money all the time, right? But in a communist system, if Colin, Secret, and Robbins Fly are the dictators, what's going to make them lose their seats? What's going to make them, if they're democratically elected? Well, if the citizens don't have guns and they're the ones who does, What's going to stop Robin's flag? Like, you know what? This election, what elections, right?
Then that breeds nepotism.
Thank you. Communism and socialism is the dumbest thing I've ever seen, and it had to have been invented by all the intellectuals of that time in the 1910s. They're all hooked on opium anyways.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Well, what I'm saying is, how can you not accept the fact? Okay, can you, the Olympics, prove that communism doesn't work? Because guys, who wins the most gold, the most medals every year in the Olympics, in the summer Olympics? America. Who wins the most golds? America. Who wins the most silvers? America. Why? Because we give people access to certain events based on merit, right? So I'm sorry to say it, but black dudes and black women run short distances. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
White dudes play hockey. Asian dudes play ping pong. You know what I'm saying? White dudes swim. Guys, can you imagine if you passed a law and said you have to have the same amount of people, this white dudes and black dudes, running the 100-meter dash? We lose. We lose. We to have white guys just as many white dudes playing ping pong. We lose. We would lose. That's how it works. So, guys, it's based on merit, right? The suffragettes and these feminists were mostly Marxists. And guys, one more thought, and then I want to hear Robin's take on anarcho-capitalism. Guys, here we go. Let me know if you agree. You have to have the benefits of capitalism to even think about communism.
Yes.
The only thing that lets people develop the idea of communism is the ignorance and the arrogance of abundance.
It's breeded from excess.
Exactly. The only time where you can think that, things should be fair and life should be, is when your belly's full, you have water, the lights are on, you have a roof over your head. And guys, once again, even these third world areas that go communist, it's always someone from the West that cons them into doing it. You know what I mean? But guys, the basic idea, the capitalist idea of competition is built. Look at nature. Predators have to compete with each other to eat. It's not like all the lions and tigers. How many times, you guys know what the most messed up things that you'd ever see on the Nature Channel is? Have you ever seen like a cheetah run down a wildebeest? You know, it's already because cheetahs do like 60 mile.
Yeah, and it's with a pack of them.
What's that?
And it's the slowest. It's a species, but it'll also be the slowest, and sometimes even like a baby within that pack of animals, and it just gets taken down.
Well, here's the thing. They run so fast that cheetahs are exhausted they have to rest for 5 minutes. So they'll kill their prey and then rest. Like they're so out of breath. There are lions that'll wait. They'll follow the cheetahs around. And when the cheetah goes, roar, and jumps, and the lion's like, get the fuck out of the way. The cheetah's got to run away. The cheetah has to run, and the lion will eat the food, and then the cheetah will get the scraps because the cheetah can't fight off the lion. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's competition. That is nature is the basis of capitalism, and also the nature where if a part of a herd is not useful, if a group of predators is not useful or sick, it's out of the group. That is part of capitalism too, is being useful, is doing your part, is producing. It doesn't make any sense how you can think otherwise. Now, Robin,
Capitalism is like Darwinism in motion through economic state.
Except oftentimes there is, because there's a built-in selflessness with men, a lot of capitalists actually think about the people that do more to actually help society, meaning like charities, helping, is actually conservative, high-earning people. Usually religious, but they don't have to go out and brag. They just do good deeds. You know what I'm saying? So built into that is people saying, I have money, I want to help, or whatever. Or here, see if Seagrip or Robbins Fly have a venture capitalist group or a venture, they'll say, hey, look, come to us with the idea. We'll fund you. We'll give you a chance. We'll probably give you the chance that we never had. And everyone wins. So this whole thing, it's lazy, it's idiotic, it's feminine, it's moronic to actually embrace this Marxist, anti-capitalist, socialist, feminine, dunderheaded mindset. Robin's Fly.
So I had to look this up because I wanted to be more thorough with the definition. And so anarcho-capitalism, the anarch aspect is really just like the dissolution of government, since it's considered that the government doesn't do a good job of basically anything at all. And it's inefficient when it tries to do something. So it's just saying, let capitalism run the whole market. Just almost no laws.
Well, hold on. I agree to a certain
to somewhat libertarian.
But
yes, it's definitely a libertarian perspective.
Yes. But at the same time, guys, imagine that you have like a scale, right? Okay. And the market goes to one side. If it goes too much to one side, people start falling off. Well, it might take a while for the market to right itself so people stop falling off. And falling off could mean people dying, right? These big pharma and all this stuff, we might be educated enough to actually read a label of what's going into our bodies, but a lot of people aren't.
That's true.
There are times where the government does need to get involved and say, wait a minute, this product doesn't do what you said it was going to do.
Yeah.
With social media and all this other stuff, people believe anything nowadays.
Red 40 is not a vitamin.
Exactly. People only focus on what, the FDA and all stuff gets wrong, but it gets a lot of stuff right too, honestly, Here's the
thing. A filter.
Yes. There has to be a way in the most basic sense, because as corporations, these big corporations are evil too. Here,
Nabisco
corporations are too good at what they do. The actual government might have problems being efficient, but the corporations are too efficient, meaning that they can make a whole media campaign selling poison to people. People will buy it. And what I'm saying is that the government should have just enough power to where that scale can be righted so as few people fall off that scale to death as possible. You know what I'm saying? Because you look at smoking. Smoking is the #1 cause of preventable death in America. Meaning more of our tax dollars go towards smoking-related illnesses than anything else. And yet tobacco, they can still sell cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how can we mitigate that? And we have the lowest group of people smoking in history, all because of government intervention. You know what I mean? Now you got to be 21 to buy cigs. Campaigns saying, "Hey, look, this is your brain on smoking, whatever." So, guys, I don't trust big pharma enough to let the market decide for itself, or they'd have every single person in the United States hooked on drugs, hooked on some type of head med, on some type of opioid, on some type of something. There has to be the most basic protections for people. Because guys, also look, didn't we just agree yesterday that society is getting dumber, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
So that means that there has to be some effort on the government's part to help protect people from people that are intentionally being made dumber and being marketed to on TikTok.
Yes.
You know?
But one thing that is a double-edged sword with this, and it's only in United States and New Zealand that you can even advertise these drugs. But if you look at any news media organization that tells you stocks, news, and really does some actual real news, Fox, CNN, and all that, 70% of those commercials are big pharma drugs. 70% of Anderson Cooper's paycheck is big pharma.
Yeah.
Why? Because the commercials are that. And they don't care about the health of the public. They're
Not at all.
telling you, you got to tell your doctor to put you on this drug,
Yeah.
which is going to make you bleed from the ass and kill
Yeah.
yourself and delete,
Yeah.
self-delete or harm or,
Yeah.
or has 70 side effects.
Yeah.
That is
So-
something where the FDA should step in and say, no. If the doctor, these drugs can still exist. We want a diversity of, we want actually drugs, cigarettes, and things. We want freedom of choice. But that is the doctor's responsibility, not the idiot sheep consumer to say, I need X blood pressure medication. No. The doctor should be doing that.
Yeah.
We're pimped out to a lot of this, and that's where the part of the capitalism problem is.
Wait,
and
the last
the
part again?
FDA is not
I see the last part.
So that is the job of the doctor.
Yes, and they have that power.
They do have that power, but they have an incentive to prescribe these drugs and whatnot. And they shouldn't need to be advertised. Like, here's the thing, man. If I have a drug that's going to help you, you don't need to advertise it. People are going to say when it's appropriate, hey, I'm having a heart condition.
But hold on,
therefore that should come into me.
Because it's still a product. See,
it's a product, but
this is where on there is no
Okay.
but. This is why I talked about policy here, right? This is why you have to have a background in public policy to understand this language. A product is a product is a product. Now you can get into the fine print, but if you can advertise a car, right? And I'm big pharma, and you're saying that I can't advertise my product, you better have a damn good reason of what makes my product that I'm selling different from a car. And this
For
can
sure.
be, and this
For sure.
needs
We
to-
need the freedom of
decades and
marketplace.
decades and decades of back and forth and policy disputes and all this stuff. Now, one thing that did happen, you cannot advertise a tobacco in magazines and on television. You can't do it. You can't. That's why you don't see cigarette ads on TV or in magazines anymore. You cannot do it. But even then, there was back and forth saying, wait a minute, why is it that Bud Light can have a commercial?
And there's an argument for that.
But I can't. But what happened was that they changed the policy to basically include, to separate tobacco as a different product than other products.
Yeah.
In
And
the
I'm
same
not
way-
saying it's bad for a pharmaceutical company to advertise per se, but I am saying that we have a domination of it, and they're probably equally as dangerous as cigarettes. And
Yeah.
that's where the FDA and RFK is saying, oh, I'm going to help you figure. RFK is a Kennedy. He ain't doing shit. He's not going to help really do stuff except keep it as it is. He's
Well,
going to profit off of it.
I can tell you though that big tobacco did contribute a lot to Trump's campaign, and RFK with his "Make America Healthy Again" is actually supporting legislation to hinder big tobacco, which is pissing a lot of people off. You know what I'm saying? So like that's why everyone, they were shocked when he actually put RFK
right.
But another thing to understand, guys, why do you think that like slot machines, poker, all the other stuff is regulated, but FanDuel and all of that stuff is everywhere? Like, why is it that I can't build my own casino unless I go through a lot of stuff, but FanDuel's everywhere because there was a loophole in the policy.
Yes, yeah. 3 words were
FanDuel-
missing, and they can do what they want.
Yes, FanDuel is considered a skill-based gambling and not games of chance. A lot of the regulations that are over slots and poker are not over FanDuel. That was a big gaping hole that they left in that legislation, and it'll be almost impossible for them to plug the hole because there's so much money in it. Because why does it seem like feminists are anti-capitalism while simultaneously lauding girl bosses? Look at that. That's a very good question, isn't it? Guys, hit the like button, guys. Guys, I have a couple Reddit threads that actually shows how confused and how stupid these feminists are. So this guy says, can anyone try to explain this apparent discrepancy in feminist ideology? Most feminists, or it seems, tend to be staunch leftists while simultaneously lauding female finders and high-level executives. Look at that, guys. See? Hypocrites talking out of both sides of their neck.
Check out the ratio.
Yeah. 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 Look at that, guys.
He got bodied.
Yeah. Someone says...
Give him an upvote.
What's that?
Give him his only upvote for his 121 comments.
Someone says, I think that there are 2 different groups of people. Those who celebrate girl bosses don't really claim to be anti-capitalist, at least in my experience. Someone says, it seems that way because girl boss feminism is easily packaged into the pro-capitalist way that corporations love. See, do you guys see how this person's taking the blame away from women? Oh, women know not what they do. What a joke. Yep. Uh-oh, and of course, this is in close proximity to cishet white male privilege. Robin's fly.
Men's fault.
Oh, it's all your fault. It's all you're on me. It's all your fault too.
You dirty white.
Look at so that's okay. So for the rest of us actual feminists, we understand that calling grown women or concepts related to some girls anything gross in the meaning. That's your problem with the entire thing? Look at that. All right, here goes. Watch this. Hold on. Here we go. Look at this, guys. Why exactly are women shamed for pursuing wealthier people? It says we live in an extremely capitalistic society which empathizes the accumulation of wealth. The system promises more social mobility. I'm extremely anti-capitalist, and I can very much understand why someone would go for that. So why, especially in a capitalistic system, are women shamed for wanting someone more wealthy? Right?
Because you're a hypocrite. That's why.
Thank you.
That's all that it is. And we're not even saying don't do it. We're just saying what we're seeing. That's all.
Yep. That's true. Isn't it?
That's all that it is.
Guys, okay. This is how stupid these broads are. They want to be independent in a relationship. So they want to be married and then be strong and independent, which is a catch-22. But then they want to be anti-capitalist, but then only be with the guy who has more than them. How stupid can you be?
They want to have their cake and eat it too, on like all levels.
Yeah,
and be praised,
woman. Yeah,
and take the moral high ground. Oh, you had your cake and ate it too. You
now, guys, look at
baby deletion, ate it too, but you're actually a saint, and we need to worship you.
Look at this, guys. Women are often shamed for having any preferences at all.
You've been had. No, they're not.
I
think they meant never.
Look at this. Some men seem to need all women, any women, to see them as a desirable option. So any preference as a woman This makes him look very, very angry. What does this have to do with the question?
And it's the opposite inversion of what they're saying. Men are shamed for this.
Exactly.
If we want the younger girl from Colombia or something who's not corrupted, we are shamed for it, not you.
He didn't. I mean, this person didn't even answer this question at all. All this. Look at that. Absolutely insane. How did this go to dating a nice guy or a guy that they don't think is worthy of them when they're talking about money, about capitalism and feminism? Look at that. Because this is how confused. Guys, put a 1 if you agree that these women live in a different universe than us. When I say that they play life on easy mode, you know? Come on, man. Look at this. No one's answering this at all. Oh, why do men make so much more noise every time a particular male physical feature becomes popular among women? Look at that. What a joke. Okay, here we go, guys. We'll do one more.
Women are the backbone of capitalism.
Yeah, here.
Which kind of actually might be true in a way.
Yeah, because they're so stupid that
they just go where they're gold diggers, so it actually kind of makes sense.
They claim unpaid labor, that their household domestic services enable men to be capitalists.
Yeah.
God forbid you want to nourish your kids, you know what? You nourish your offspring and want them to succeed.
Guys, I can't read this crap. I can't. Here we go.
You can't be a stay-at-home dad. Not allowed.
I can't, guys. Here we go. Watch.
It's insanity.
Oh, I just got chills. And say that for me. Oh, I just got chills. Oh, you're gonna literally make me cry. Wow. Okay, hold on. No,
that's a 3.
That's what I want people to understand, because a bunch of people, like, and rightfully so, they come and they're like, feminism can't exist under capitalism, Tori. So, like, what is this bullshit you're trying to do? And I'm like, oh, I'm literally gonna cry, dude. Like, it's not about, like, I don't want to win capitalism. I also can't lose capitalism, because that means deep suffering for me and the people that I love.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, how do we play the game? Unfortunately, because we all have to. Doing the least amount of harm possible, and then once we are stable, then use those resources, use that capital to start changing things.
Guys, this is why you can't talk to women like this. Guys, what? These chicks think about this all the time. Like, they have so much, they have nothing going on, so this is all they think about.
And by the way,
absolutely. Hold on, wait. Guys, do you think that women in like third world areas where they have to carry water for 5 miles and they have to pick sweet potatoes and stuff out in heat, that they have time to worry about this crap? But these 304s will actually claim that they're more oppressed than women that are in the third world. What are you saying?
And I guarantee you, that woman takes from a simp, but then goes to nug.
Yeah.
They're parasitic in nature. It's really bad. And they're trying to take the moral high road, like they're teaching you what compassion is, but it's really their greed oftentimes in a bunch of these scenarios.
I really, 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 really think that the best example of women's ideas and place in capitalism is the WNBA. The fact that the only reason why they're around is because of men's labor. The NBA subsidizes the WNBA. The WNBA still loses money, and these 304 still demand more money. It's absolutely insane.
And they don't support it.
Guys, here's the thing. I did a video that I'll drop soon. Guys, the WNBA, they threatened to go on strike. They got a new contract that actually boosted their income, their average income, their league minimum, right? And their maximum income. And they said it was a slap in the face because they can go to some other league It turns out that other league lost 65% of its audience. Now they have nowhere to go. So they're begging to come back. Imagine the hubris of the narcissism, the delusion to actually demand more when you're operating on someone else's money. How does it always go, guys? It's easy. To spend money when it's someone else's. How does the
socialism is easier when you're spending someone else's money? Yeah.
Game changer. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up with you, bro?
You haven't watched your channel for years, man. How you been, man? Good to see you, man.
Pretty good. I didn't know that you watched this channel. I watched yours too.
Oh, yeah, man. I was actually let me see. The fact that you were going live, was it 2 or 3 years ago, is the reason why I started was going live on my channel. Your live framework is what actually made me decide to do live. So guys, Game Changer's an OG in this whole thing. You know what I'm saying?
I'll check it out. I'll check Game Changer out.
Man, how long have you been cooking on YouTube now, man?
At least 5 years.
Yeah. Here, let me go to your channel. Guys, go over to Game Changer's channel, man. He has a lot of good stuff.
Is it called Game Changer?
Game Changer
00100.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me add it.
His channel up. Yeah, guys, go over here and drop him a sub, man. You know what I'm saying? He's been let me see. Here we go. Yeah, man. What do you have to add, Game Changer?
No, I was just saying, what if men were to behave the way women in the WNBA are to behave, we would be saying stuff like, I demand equal pay to show my biceps on OnlyFans. I should get the same amount to take off my shirt on OnlyFans that that these women get. Yes, it's completely ridiculous. I should be able to work a strip club. I should be able to slide down a pole and get the same amount.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It's the funniest thing because they talk about Marxism and capitalism. Basically, it's equal outcomes. People are just jealous of what other people are doing, and they're too lazy to do it themselves, right? There are people out there that say, well, if Game Changer got something, he must have taken it off of my plate. The only way that Colin, Game Changer, can make money, can make any type of advancement is if they're taking it from those who deserve it or from those who are less fortunate. That's the victimhood, dunderheaded socialist mindset. And here's the thing, guys, you cannot, the amount of authoritarianism that it would take to have equal outcomes in society is just absolutely absurd. And here's another thing too. The one thing about liberals and socialists is they just don't assume that anyone out there is lazy. They think that the only reason why this guy is poor, or this chick's on the street, is because some greedy person did something to him, and not you're just lazy. Because all of us right now know a lot of lazy people who had all the same opportunities as all the rest of us, and they wasted them. Who was saying something?
It's a cater to the. Oh, go for it.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Game Changer. Go ahead.
It's a cater to the minority mindset is what women historically have learned to exploit. Basically, policies are initiated for minority situations where a rich person may have genuinely taken advantage of a poor person, maybe through patent theft or something like that, or a man did divorce his wife and then left her with nothing. These isolated incidents, what they do is they blow them up and then bring them to society, and then next thing you know, you have laws revolved around alimony and stuff like that. So they have been doing this for years. I mean, manipulating men really has been women's only source of income for millennia since since Adam and Eve. That was the only way they can get anything, was to manipulate men. So we're new to this. We're new to countering this. We're so focused on wars with each other, we don't even see the problem inside.
That's where the term income came from.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, look at this guy over here. Come on, man.
I just have one thing to say. This is seriously, this is going to be a very big red pill point. Hey, WNBA, how much Saudi money are you willing to take?
That's true.
That's true. That's true. And that answer will show you the level of capitalism and value they provide. Period.
Yeah.
Golf did it.
Yeah.
How much Saudi money that does Sharia law tells you to shut up, it's women, you can't drive or anything. How much of that Saudi money are you willing to take, and you have no audience members?
Well,
and same with soccer. Same with soccer.
Here's the thing. Did you see that whole Saudi comedy festival? That Whitney Cummings chick who's super Me Too and all this other crap.
Bill Burr.
She did a set.
Kind of sold out too.
Yes. But the thing about that Whitney chick is she was like, her whole platform for the last 5 years was Me Too and women this and women this. She takes money from the Saudis. She's like, well, I don't understand why everyone's judging me. And then there's another chick, right? Where she's a female,
lesbian.
Yeah,
small
remember
hat.
that.
She's a small hat, and she's
That's
taking
what
money
I'm saying.
from the Saudis. And she's like, why is everybody judging me? Why is everybody judging me? It's like, because you're taking money from
This
the
is what
Saudis.
I'm saying.
Guys,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, there's
But you apply that to
term.
WNBA.
There's a term that Andrew Wilson used. It's called cultural something. Game changer. Do you know this term where it's basically saying that the more oppressed a person is, the better understanding of reality that they have?
No, I don't.
It's called cultural. I'll find this term because I brought it up. Cultural
That's actually
something.
interesting.
Appropriation?
No. It's crap. They're trying to say that if you're an LDHD TV small hat midget, then you have we should just listen to you about everything because you have a more holistic view of the world. Come on, man.
You just maybe know how to grift more is about it.
Guys, how do you figure that's why I don't anyone who says how B-Dubs say as a black woman, what is that supposed to mean? What qualifier is that I have to listen to you? I don't, guys, have I ever said, well, as a black man, I have to, you guys, I never say that. I don't use my race or the only time I pull the race card is on liberal white women because they don't know what to say. When you say, because their whole thing is you're as a black person, that we're supposed to agree with all of their liberal woke talking points, right? But you can pull the race card and completely blow their arguments. So for instance, this one girl was like, well, the LDHD TV, blah 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 blah, and I'm like, yeah, but they're still white, So, yes, I know. We have to check our privilege. You know what I mean? It completely defeats their argument. So,
hey, AJ, real quick, that term you're looking for, trying to remember, it's called standpoint theory.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Hold on, standpoint. That's it. There it is. Yeah. Here it is. Guys, look. Standpoint theory posits that knowledge is shaped by an individual's social position and experiences, particularly those in marginalized groups who gain unique insights into power structures and societal realities, offering a more complete understanding than dominant perspectives.
Yep. That was a lie.
That's what I'm talking about. Colin, thank you, God. This has been driving me crazy. Guys, is that not the biggest bunch of crap that you've ever heard in your
That's a fallacy.
Well, no, actually, no, it's not. No, it's not. Because who is going to be the most oppressed? The divorced, single, white Christian male who did everything the right way.
But
he's actually oppressed somewhat the most.
He's not seen as oppressed, though.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, oppression has become privilege.
Yeah,
and that's how they were able to reverse the paradigm.
Yeah.
The privileged class is now just so happen to be the oppressed class.
Evil Eddie says, "Where's my redhead money?"
Yeah, shut up, you redheaded stepchild.
But yeah, guys, this mindset is basically a way for people. Okay, you guys know how like the LDHD TV, transformer thing, identity is falling through the floor, right? Like Gen Z are not identifying the same way as much as young millennials. I honestly believe that regular white kids don't want to be a vanilla ice cream. Like they don't want to be vanilla because they see being plain as the oppressive white majority. So they adopt some nebulous LDHD
stuff.
Pansexual, demisexual, so that they can have some oppression point, so that they can have some spot in the standpoint theory. Didn't I tell you guys that all liberal white women, they always want to be some non-binary or whatever, so they can lecture other white people.
This is what piercings is.
Yeah.
To a degree.
Yeah.
Seriously.
So,
It's from what I noticed, it's been a 7-point system that we're dealing with. And what I mean by that is not all oppressed groups are created equal.
That's facts. Yeah.
So, somebody said that, you use the black card against liberal white women. She actually outranks you in the oppressed card because she has a vagina.
Yeah.
The 7-point system works as 1 point for being a non-white race, 2 points for being a non-male, and 4 points for being, rainbow of some sort.
Yeah.
So if you have all of those things going for you, you have 7 points. We as black men only have 1 point.
Yep.
A white heterosexual man has 0 points. So that is their hierarchy. Now, the interesting thing about that hierarchy is the last one can be faked or can be used as a matter of decision. Like, especially when it comes to words like queer, anybody can say, "Oh, I am that thing." I'm without actually having to chop off your penis or anything. That seems to be like the easiest box to check. And that's why you have, like, as you mentioned, a bunch of liberal white women, with 2 inches of hair, and a buzz cut. That's their way to get those 4 points.
Yeah, I know a girl, she says she's pansexual and she waves the rainbow flag, but she only dates black dudes. And she's one of those, those chicks, the I only date black dude chicks. We all know what they look like, right? She's a heavier set, redhead, you know what I'm saying? But she sure will wave that rainbow flag. I've never seen her with anything else other than nug. You know what I'm saying? It's absolutely insane. Guys, do you see this?
Just dropping some truth, and you want to know how I know that? What is, and you said 7-point system, which sounds like a pretty good system. What is 304? 3 plus 0 plus 4.
3 and 4 plus 4.
Period.
Hey,
I think we can make a term. I think we should call them nugrosexuals.
Yeah.
Nugrosexual.
Guys, look. So this comes from Marxist theories also, and a bunch of chicks in this were women. And once again, guys, a lot of these women liberal thinkers were all married. We're all the upper crust of society.
Yep.
So that, whereas
they did Warren Buffett strategy.
Yeah. Poor black. Black women, poor white women, Hispanics, or whatever. Those women were too busy working. And here's another thing, guys. You ever notice how what Game Changer said about the point system? How small hats and Asians just don't count at all anymore.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? And that shows the flaw in that leftist system, right? Guys, my home school district in Seattle, they don't even consider Asians to be students of color because they're privileged economically. It's like, wait a minute, hold on, wait. So you're trying to say that the only people who are people of color are poor? Is that what you're trying to say? So
the way the system works is the more you complain, the more points you get.
Yeah.
So the reason why the rainbow people get the most points is because they complain the most, and
Yeah.
then followed by women. Now, black people, black and brown men, like Latinos and African American men, we complain very little. In fact, we haven't really complained since like the 60s when we were just fighting for equal pay for janitor jobs.
Yeah.
So but the level of complaint that comes from women is, like you say, the WNBA, and there aren't enough CEO positions with women in it at Google. That was never our civil rights thing. We never say that
Yeah.
there was, So yeah, it's whoever complains the most. Now, Asian Americans don't complain at all. That's just not in their culture to do so, and that's why they don't get the privilege of oppression. But fortunately for them, because they're hardworking and sharp, they don't actually need it.
Yeah, that's true. Guys, look at this. It's a foundational framework in feminist social theory that examines how individuals' social identities, race, gender, disability status influence their understanding of the world. But it's funny how it's like white dudes automatically start at the bottom here, right? So because of your race and gender and disability status, you guys don't know anything? Please. Standpoint theory proposes that those and the positions of marginalization are able to achieve certain standpoints, which put them in a better position to know certain facts. But guys, this is why feminists don't like the whole intersectional feminism thing. Because once you add race, it actually shows that these white chicks, once again, guys, what do I always say? College educated, upper middle class, white women, liberal chicks are the most dangerous group of people on the planet. They're the most privileged, right? And they can be victims and empowered at the same time. I love this whole thing where they say, oh, well, secret game changer. Oh, us white women, we've been oppressed along with you at the same time. They're trying to make us fall for the okie doke. Let's just grant the liberal thing of you white men are just exceptional at slaving and murdering and pillaging worse than anyone else. Who do you think that these white dudes were actually bringing the spoils home to? Right?
Women.
Thank you very much.
White women most of the time,
exactly. You go to the plantation. Yep. At least the slave master had to go out and whip the slaves. His wife was in there eating bonbons in the house.
His wife was in there getting whipped. Come on.
Oh. Yeah. Guys, here. Let's watch this clip. Guys, why do we keep letting snowboard in here, man?
I made a couple good points.
Here we go, guys. Here we go. Watch.
That it is feminism. People who say that it is feminism that keep women from staying home are either ignorant or liars.
Wait for it.
No woman is going, you know what? I would love to be a stay-at-home mom, but I'm a fucking feminist, so I guess I can't do that shit. Do you know why a lot of women aren't staying home?
Here we go.
Why I didn't get to stay home as much as I wanted to? Capitalism.
Look at this, dude. Look at this. The Delulu level. Guys, the Delulu level. Rate the Delulu.
It's over 9,000.
Hey, lady. It seemed that there was a time in the United States where women could stay home and people could buy a house on a one-income household. Gee, I wonder what changed.
And take Valium most of the day. And,
think about guys,
make us some sourdough bread for 20 minutes and you're
in
fine.
The 60s, the 70s, mostly the late 60s, 70s, how good that woman had it. Because most of the appliances that men invented happened during the 60s. Because guys, my mom's mom
to get women to shut up.
Yeah, they had 12 kids, right? And my grandma used to go out, get the wood, make a fire, go and get the eggs from the chicken coop, whatever, and make breakfast for 13, 14 people. And then she would have to wash all the clothes by hand, put them on. It was hard work doing housework before there was appliances. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden they have washing machines and microwaves and all this other stuff. Guys, they had it so good and they goofed it up. They decided that they were going to flood the workforce with cheap labor. The wages got stagnated. So
I think in that aspect she's right, because that is capitalism. You know, supply and demand, and scarcity equals value, meaning that there is a scarcity of jobs versus, or there's an abundance, excuse me, of workers, and a scarcity of jobs, meaning that they could pay people less. And then you combine that with the housing prices going up like tremendously. Houses used to cost $15,000, and now it's $500,000. That's not inflation. That is, because of the change in the system. You have like two income households, bidding for the same house that, a single man used to be able to afford, like Mike on the Brady Bunch, and 6 kids and a maid. Now now you got a bunch of two people families that are betting on the same thing.
I would actually argue, game changer, that you have, remember, rent goes higher because of the lack of supply and apartments. Back in the day, people didn't live alone as adults. They were married. So you have it was half the amount of people trying to live. So right now, if you have Stephanie and Jacob, who should be married but they're not, Stephanie's paying rent and paying gas and light and whatever, and Jacob is over here paying gas and light or whatever. If people were a couple like how they did back in the day, think of what that would do to the supply of housing.
Yeah, so there's rent and then there's mortgage. Rent is something that single people would do. And you're right in what you said, that you'll have a man and a woman who are refusing to combine their income and living in two separate apartments. So if you own an apartment, then you have a good thing, because these two people will never really realize that if they share a bed, they'll save on cable, gas, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But she's not willing to do that because she's waiting for a better deal. Why is she waiting for a better deal? Because housing, childcare, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, is expensive. It has become more expensive.
Yes.
So now before she could, back in the day, she was able to get, she could be a secretary and he could be a garbage collector, and they both get together and buy a house. Now she's like, oh no, I'm not getting with a garbage collector. I'm going to wait and see if I can get that doctor. And then they wait and wait and wait until they look like her on the screen, and they're ill capable of getting anything.
Until they look like her on the screen.
Yeah, but she caused
no.
She's not seed.
Lock the bounty hunter. What's up, man? What's up, man?
No, I can easily explain why this woman has not gotten the rich doctor. She's just not manifesting hard enough.
Silly us, right? But guys, one thing that I always point out with is, guys, who is over the age of 38 on this panel? I know, so I'm 45. So if you're in your 40s, guys, you were probably like me, where guys, I didn't go to daycare when I was young. There was no daycare.
Nope.
Like, there was still housewives in the neighborhoods who would do after school, watch people who would get paid by the neighborhoods. So like my great aunt watched us. My parents paid her $20 a week. That was her side hustle. The 80s and the early 90s was when the daycare industry really took off.
Mm-hmm.
And guys, that shows really, really how new markets happened, and people are a prison to this new system that these feminists had created. In DC, it's $2,400 to send your child to daycare.
That's absurd.
Now, guys, this wasn't a thing 30, 35 years ago. But all the women told, "Oh, where are these? You're a housewife. How stupid can you be?" So instead of trying to find a side hustle, or whatever, you should get in your car and go to work, and then put your kids in daycare so some minimum wage Glocktavia or some illegal can watch your kids, and then your whole paycheck goes to childcare in the first place.
And then your kid is
that's what
cooked.
I mean by
guys.
That's what I mean by capitalism. The market adjusted, and in a very bad way. And that's why, like, after the 80s and stuff, because why would a woman work for $60K and then wind up spending $30K on daycare? That doesn't really make sense. So she's looking for the advantages of a 2-income household that that her mother had. back when the idea was new. She's looking for that advantage, and that's why she's looking for more and more income before she settles down. Now, it only happens for the few, because the top 1% will always be 1% of the population. But they just keep waiting, and that's why they're in that
I think
situation.
the real issue with this,
Hold on. Look. It's so bad that these modern women are saying 2-income privilege, because they're saying that the default, is people living by themselves. Guys, the default has never been 2 people. I mean, just one person living by themselves. America was never set up to where every single adult can have their own place, live on their own, pay rent, pay mortgage. This has never been a thing ever. And now they're saying, and guys, we all know these modern women have to have 2 bedrooms. Of course. Oh yeah, they don't have a 1 bedroom or a studio. Oh no. How does the playbook go? These chicks go to some liberal high school and they get into some woke liberal college. They major in underwater lesbian studies, have all of the student debt, get some stupid job making $45,000 at some nonprofit that's run by Somali pirates. Right? And then say,
it's true. This is a psyop.
Yeah, I can't afford to live on my own. It's like, you're not supposed to.
But
Thanks,
what's
capitalism.
feeding you right now is the psyop that feeds all the narrative that you just said.
Yeah.
This is the genesis of a lot of it.
The top 10
this shouldn't
jobs.
even be a term, like you said.
Guys, the top 10 jobs that women do. Teaching, social work. All of those jobs have historically been to supplement the husband's income. None of those jobs are actual career fields that teachers used to be, but then it became all women and now they're cooked, right? But ultimately, those jobs were made to say, if you were going to go and work, you could supplement the husband's income. You're not supposed to actually be able to go out and live on these jobs with what the average pay is $55,000 a year. But they want to try and make that work, and they'd rather do that than cooperate, find a man who treats them decent, put a hot dog on a plate, give him a blowy or a hand jibber now and then, and shut up. Like, how hard is this?
AJ?
Yeah.
Those jobs used to be volunteer too.
Yeah, that's
like
fact.
teachers and social workers and stuff. Those used to be jobs that women took because they were volunteering to actually help their community.
True.
Game changers. We need a game changer. You're gonna get on this more. Game changers.
Just to add to what this, I think.
Yeah.
So what I want to say, like the flaw in this lady's logic is that she's saying feminism and capitalism. That too, but she's phrasing these two things as completely, they can't exist together, right? What she's missing is that there is capitalism. There will always be a degree of capitalism, no matter how much socialism and communism you insert into any system. But once you insert feminism into the capitalist society, now we get what we get. So yes, it is because of feminism, because there was capitalism before feminism and the system was different.
But
it's capitalism's reaction to feminism.
Yeah,
what she's experiencing.
Guys, feminism itself, once again, is foolish because feminism wants equality, meaning like it's they think that all differences, that all different outcomes that people have are socially constructed. Right? Guys, that's not true. Like I said, some are smarter, some are dumber, some are faster, some are slower. What are you talking about? Guys, even in the greatest sense, once again, you cannot have production. Let's just say that the people own the means of production. The workers own the means of production, right? How can you have equal quotas of work or trying to equalize work when these chicks call in sick more? They have to have babies, right? So how are you going to make it so that what men and women's production is equal? Are we going to scale back the men's work? So for every one woman having a baby, taking time off, a man is going to take time off? Or are we going to say, hey, men, even though we say it's equal, you guys got to pick up Becky's slack, and that somehow that's fair?
Well, the reason why is because they claim that feminism is all about equality. It's not. It never was. It's about it's like preferential treatment, because feminists believe that they are superior to people. Like, they literally go online. You've seen the videos. I'm a feminist. I am more evolved than you, when she's overweight, has no kids, and is drowning in debt.
And on Zoloft and friggin' Prozac. Yeah.
Yeah. and smoking a whole bunch of weed. Anyway, but no, the thing is that there's no equality to be had. Because whenever you actually point out, it's like, listen, you have equality. No, I'm going to move the goalpost, so I'm still the victim.
But here's the thing,
guys,
wait.
Capitalism.
There's two different types of people, and I said this once before. Let's just say Locke and Game Changer both make partner at a firm, right? At a law firm, and they're both making money. There's two types of people. There's one person who's going to say, wow, that's going to motivate me. Game Changer made partner at that firm and faster than anyone else. And Locke's been, he did a good job. Then there are those who are going to be jealous and think that, well, I didn't make partner, so they must have taken that from me.
Mm-hmm.
There are those that's a victim versus victor type of mentality, right? And guys, as you get older, especially all you young guys who are watching now, you're going to be able to identify those people who say that they're your friends, who say that they're in your circle, who are part of your wolf pack, and they aren't, because every time that they hear that you're doing better, it's going to be nothing positive. They're going to give you backhanded compliments. They're going to just be jealous and petty and angry. And that's a woman thing. That, guys, put a 1 in this chat that you've noticed that Gen Z and young millennial guys do now, because they're raised by these single moms. So they're raised to be petty and jealous, and spiteful, just like women are. Doug and Pia, you were saying?
I said, capitalism is just like women. Okay, most of the time, women that are hot don't complain about the sexual marketplace.
Facts.
Capitalism is the same way. Women that are attractive don't normally complain about capitalism. It's all these goofy looking, purple haired, nose pierced, tatted up broads that complain about capitalism. And also, one of the worst parts about going through these is you see women who, if they didn't look like freaks, they wouldn't have to complain about capitalism.
Yeah.
Just look hot, and you wouldn't be on TikTok complaining about capitalism.
Yeah. Guys, feminism is socialism.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's all it
Social
is.
economic socialism.
Well, no, it's social, period, because they see, because the uggos and the biggins see the hot girls getting all the Chads, the Tyrones being on yachts, and they say, oh, well, that's not fair. That's inequality. It's not the fact that they were just born just god awfully ugly. They say that it's only social constructs that make these girls get better outcomes that they want. It's like, no, bro, like you can't be a two. See, us guys, we're in the hierarchy. We know where we stand. Let's just say that all of us are out, at the bar. We're gonna all know who the rich one is, who the attractive one is, who has game, who, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all know our strengths and weaknesses. But these women will all go out, and even though they subconsciously know who the hot one is, they're gonna get pissed when that hot girl's getting, Larry and Locke trying to talk to her. So she's going to try and dismantle the patriarchy so that somehow Chad's going to go over there and talk to her. They just cloak it in this righteous movement of fairness, and it's all crap. So here we go.
Now I know a lot of you want to run. I know a lot of you want to go, oh gosh, she's a socialist. I don't want to get into the labels of it all.
Oh, please.
But it was capitalism. Feminism didn't make it so that one income households couldn't survive.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
That's exactly what
Feminists aren't out here trying to privatize absolutely every single support system. Feminists aren't out here like, you know what?
Men.
We should make healthcare unaffordable. I should point out to you that it has never been all women in the house, ever. Okay? Women of a certain
That point she just said means nothing.
Yeah.
That set up to
That's
this
so
as she
dumb.
tries to bring it to you like wisdom.
Yeah.
Was meaningless garbage.
And remember
Just
that
discard
women
that.
vote
It's good
more
to be
than men,
pointed
too.
out as a mini point.
Yeah. Okay.
Always worked, and they plan to keep it that way. If you were
So what are you fighting for? Guys, this whole revisionist history, Jordan Peterson said this the best.
That's what the
and
setup
maybe,
is.
Was it Locke, game changer? You guys know this actual term, but where they've made every single interaction into oppressor versus oppressed.
Yep.
Marriage, employer, employee, race, gender, everything. It's like, that's not the case. A lot of relationships are mutually beneficial. And in
That's
the
what a
grand
relationship
scheme,
is.
Yeah, in the grand scheme
It's
of
the
things-
zero-sum
guys,
game.
Hold on, guys, let me finish. In the grand scheme of things, Jordan Peterson put this the best. Men and women, this feminist theory that men have always been oppressing these women, we've been working together with women to fight Mother Nature. Men and women, our relationship has been mutually beneficial to fight off Mother Nature and keep the species going. But instead, they twist everything and make it look like no matter the fact that men have been dying in wars and dying on oil rigs and stuff, those men somehow had time to oppress women. Once again, it's a small group of men using government and women to redistribute wealth from us to them, and yet they blame the rest of us men for what that small group of men is doing. Larry, you were saying?
Yeah, I think the term you're looking for is zero-sum theory or a zero-sum game, meaning like there's only a finite amount of resources. So if I have some, that means you don't have it. So the assumption is the way I have it is having cheated you and everybody else that doesn't have it.
Yeah, that's true.
Or income. They
And
don't want you
also,
home and
AJ.
bored.
All right, left. Huh?
Yeah, sorry, man. I'll be quick. You're saying what are these women fighting for? They're fighting for the right to be able to do nothing.
Yeah,
they just
that's
want to lay on the couch. They want everything handed to them, and they don't want to do anything. They don't want to work. They don't want any responsibilities. They just want to do nothing and get paid for it. That's pretty much the end game.
Guys, hit the like button, guys. Let's try and hit 100 likes. We're at 94 likes, guys. So make sure to hit the like button. Guys, hit the sub button, guys. I am trying to hit 30,000 here soon. Guys, we're almost there.
Not being able to shop online and spend your husband's money. They don't want you saving money. They want you working for the families that they care about, that can spend the money, that can afford one income.
Which is
baby
what
out here in the
women
background.
didn't used to do. Then you guys fell for the okie doke. That's why feminism, one of the suffragettes, was a Rothschild. They were propped up by the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, all these super rich people. And these women fell for the okie doke, and now that Pandora's box has been opened and you can't close it.
The only thing that has ever kept the women who wanted to be home from being home is affordability.
And things were a lot more affordable back in the day. Guys, here we go. Jesus Christ.
Good
One
God.
of my main.
How much you want to bet she's got a master's degree? I'm willing to bet she has a master's.
I don't know what this thing is. Right
You know
here,
what
dude.
she has though? A butterfly tattoo or a dragon demon.
I don't even know what this thing is, guys. Look at this right here. Guys,
No, I'm not here to talk about my transition. I'm here to kick some ass.
AJ, this is a public school teacher, a librarian. Who's gonna? The good thing is they're gonna be around your kid a lot.
Yeah.
They're gonna be with your kid, making you do everything.
Yep. Here's the thing.
Complaints with the way that feminism is talked about is that it kind of glosses over everything that's tied into
my
patriarchy
God,
and
her
what
voice is
patriarchy
deeper than
actually
mine.
functions.
This is a demon. A trans. We don't even know what this being is, but it's a demon.
Look.
I'm disgusted, but I can't look away.
They have a tattoo. Look, guys, it says they,
them. It does.
Them. Look at that. They have a they them tattoo on their neck.
Wait a minute. What?
Yep.
I always usually spot this. Oh my god, this is a
Snowboard, just slow
demon.
down, man.
So
You're breaking my heart here. Well, you would if I had one.
Guys, one at a time, please.
You know, I pointed out tattoos a ton of times. I had no idea about that. So what you just noticed,
and the bull ring,
guys, look that as a pattern and look for that more. How many times have I said that butterfly tattoo and I said that scissor tattoo thing the other day?
Yeah,
and I'm telling you, I didn't know about it, but I just guessed it. This is basically that's the same exact thing as this, and it's creepy.
Here you go, guys.
Wait, that's the creepiest tattoo you can get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of, i.e., capitalism. Mainstream feminism tends to dilute the argument or concern to men versus women in the social landscape, but it doesn't really address how capitalism functions and feeds off of patriarchy, and that patriarchy itself and sexism and misogyny and all of these things are all tied into
the whole gamut.
If you look
every
at the
single
building
term.
blocks of what essentialist ideas and rules are taught and socialized, you'll start to see that a lot of the discourse or disputes between men and women are primarily labor disputes. Mainstream feminism.
Yeah, meaning that women somehow think that they do more labor than men. They somehow think that because they have to go home and friggin' put on friggin' Teletubbies and put some apple juice in the little bastard's face, that's the same as a man falling off an oil rig to his death.
Well,
What a joke.
To be fair, though, I mean, with the nails that some of these broads have, you know how hard it is for them to push a button? I mean, obviously, they got to go to college to learn how to freaking use those things. But even then, they have to try like 9 times to push the button on the machine to wash the clothes for them.
Look, have you
It's
guys
the same
ever,
thing.
heard the argument? Hold on, guys. You ever heard the argument where they're like, name 3 female inventors, and they always name Madame Curie, and they can't name anything else? And of course, 1 through 4 always goes, yeah, but a woman gave birth to that male inventor.
So a woman
she's
didn't
more
have a human
important.
race.
Please.
You've been had.
Yep.
You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run on up.
Or even worse, now they're doing the whole, well, you know that Einstein's wife was the reason why he came up with so much stuff. So, all of the male geniuses, their wife was the one that did it, but they had to get the out of here.
Yeah. This person said 80% of Einstein's inventions or ideas came from his wife, and he stole them, guys.
You've been
and also
you've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run on up.
and you know that there's going to be somebody out there who's going to say that Einstein's wife's like grandmother was like a slave queen or something. They're going to try to figure out a way to make it racial as well. It's
you guys know that they say that all the founding fathers owned slaves, so they're all pieces of trash. Guys, when you tell them that George Washington didn't own slaves, his wife did. She inherited them from her father. So that blows the whole female couldn't own property, because if the father didn't have a son, it went to the daughter. That was one of the
roughly 40%
contentions in their marriage. Was George Washington's like, why do we have these slaves? We don't need them. There's writings that actually show that he didn't want to. When they got married, he's like, look, we have enough money or whatever. Let's get rid of the slaves. She said no. And of course, that blows the whole white liberal, we've always been the more moral argument. So guys, what do they always say?
How dare you?
Right? It's absolutely insane. Who's saying something?
No, I think it's roughly at one point in American history.
Guys, one at a time.
So I was going to say, roughly at one point in American history, it was 40% of the black men that were slaves were inherited by white women.
Yeah. Wow. For that.
Roughly 40%.
You were saying?
And that's why liberal white women are the most dangerous people in this country, because they can be married to a white guy, benefit from whiteness and white supremacy and the patriarchy, but then but then call their husband an oppressor and try to come over with BIPOC, what's that term again, or whatever, and try to get the social credit of being woke at the same time.
So just so y'all were talking about Einstein's wife, his wife was actually his sister cousin. So
really?
Yeah, his second wife.
Hey, keeping it in the family.
Yeah, and his two sons were no Einsteins, but well, they were, but they weren't. Just throwing that out there.
Guys, you ever notice once again? Also, all these wokey wokes who hate white men are always married to one, like Don Lesbian, right? He always, you white men, as he gets piped down by a white dude every night. It's gross. Ilhan Omar,
yep,
Kamala Harris, all these idiots that are woke. Always that one stupid B-dub that Andrew Wilson had debated. She has a white boyfriend, and she says white people. This is like, you're with a white guy.
But that's different. That's totally different in a way that I can't explain.
He's
so
one of the good
patriarchy.
ones. Guys, I can't listen to this idiot. This person said every single buzzword. Hold on.
As well as the rules that are associated with different genders are all based on the experience of white women and men. This is important to note that while important, what I'm talking about, it's not going to track for black women and black men, because this was not based on us at all. Originally, labor was divided amongst.
But here's the thing, though. If you make that argument, because this person is still going to try and say black women need feminism, blah, blah, blah. Black men never really had the power to oppress these women. The black women went to college, and these white chicks needed votes, so they bamboozled these black women into voting with them. Here we go.
The Gen Z isn't as susceptible to propaganda argument has obviously already been disproven in like a million ways. But the reason that I never bought into it is because all it took was for a couple companies actively trying to sell you products came and made ads that posed female beauty standards as this empowering self-care personal choice. And so many people bought into
so many women bought into it. Look at that.
The idea and began to
say again.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know a whole lot of dudes who are really into the empowerment of makeup products. Yeah, like like that's one thing that gets under my skin with women like this is that they refuse to actually recognize a person's genderisms. Yeah. They have to use people. It's like they refer to men as humans. They have dehumanized the world around them, and it's actually kind of creepy.
Yeah, and I don't know any guys that are like this buff Chris Hemsworth playing Thor, the male beauty standard. Come on, man.
Just look at him and say, "Nice roid rage, bro."
Yeah, but even then, though, guys, when we were young, we would see Arnold. There's all these other guys, and that made us want to go to the gym.
We wanted to be them.
Yeah, and guys, I refuse to believe that the body standards or whatever, the beauty standards have a negative effect on chicks. Because if that was the case, you would see more anorexia than obesity. You know what I mean?
And the funny thing is, like they say, well, men set the beauty standard. I go, okay, which ones? Yeah, not us, because you're too busy blaming us for every single genocide that's ever happened in the history of humans. So
zesty dudes and women set the model standard and all of that. You know?
Yeah, exactly. We have nothing to do with that. They just blame us for it, which is great.
Yeah.
Parrot it for it, began to do the work for the advertising companies. Listen, I don't think conforming to the beauty standards makes you a bad person in any capacity. I just think it's a little insane to try to argue along with the company that is attempting to sell you something that it's your beautiful personal choice that you have been inspired to make by your own soul and no outside sources, when those same companies like 25 years ago were selling the same products to your parents and older siblings by being like, you're ugly and lazy if you don't do this and use our products. So like, let's be realistic, okay, about where these things actually come from.
But we live in an age where women think OF and sex work is empowering.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? What an absolute joke. Guys, follow me on TikTok also. Let's do this.
Oh, you're on the tickety talks?
Yeah. Guys, here we go. Guys, what do you think of this guy here? Let me know if you agree with this guy.
Being anti-capitalist is just a cope for not being satisfied with where you're at in life. No competent, successful person has ever said, I hate capitalism. If you truly hate capitalism, it's because you work a job that you don't like, you're underpaid, and you're not happy with your current situation. And guess what? That's not capitalism's fault, because capitalism rewards skilled workers and people that provide value to the economy. So if you hate capitalism, chances are you're not providing enough value to actually get paid what you're worth, and that means you're miserable.
There you go, right?
City boy!
Guys, right? I agree.
Yeah, pretty much.
Guys, the whole wage slave argument is hopeless. Guys, that's a choice. If your job is not paying you what you owe, guys, you get another job. Change careers. Guys, there's a couple of moments in your late 20s and early 30s that are milestones in manhood. Number one, when you realize how much your time is worth. By the time you're in your 30s, guys, you need to realize how much your time is worth. And if you're not getting that, it's time to leave. You get passed over for that promotion, it's time to leave. Switch careers. Also, when you realize that your mom and dad aren't mommy and daddy anymore, they're people, just regular people who did the best that they could. They made mistakes, whatever, but they shouldn't be having serious influence on your decisions. Take their advice under, take it obviously, but if it's not good, don't worry about it. Guys, you aren't obligated to help anyone do anything. It's your choice. You know what I'm saying? And then also, guys, one of the few things that you can control is who you let in your circle. Mm-hmm. I recommend every 2 years, guys, do a relationship audit. Write down every single person who you talk to regularly. Write down the pros and cons of knowing them. If the cons outweigh the pros, don't talk to them anymore. He's my friend from 20 years ago, man. I know he's alcoholic and he needs a place to stay. You can see him. No. Because this guy, he's 100% right. You know?
So this is the way I put it, because I've actually known people who are like, dude, like this guy is just getting on my nerves, but I've known him for like 20 years. I go, dude, just because you don't have friendship with him, you just have history, and there is a difference.
Guys, we just hit 100 likes, guys. I appreciate that.
Yeah, congratulations, man.
Guys. Thank you. Guys, we had the lives doing really, really well. We had 260 likes on the other one. We had 240 likes, another one, guys. Yes. So this week's been really, really, really good. I think that the switch to daytime is doing really, really, really good, guys. So this will be the regular time from now on. Here we go.
I am so sick of having to commodify.
Sorry, guys. I have to translate, right? You can't understand what this person's saying.
Because right now I have a part-time job, but obviously that's not enough to pay all my bills, and I'm behind on bills. So I've been applying to job after job after job after job, which there's not that many of right now, but and I'm qualified for all of these jobs because they're retail worker job type jobs. I've done stuff like that for eons, it feels like. So I'm qualified, but I keep getting turned down after turned down because right now there's so few jobs that they only want people who are exactly qualified for that.
It's funny that there's I don't know any truckers who don't have jobs. I don't know any plumbers or HVAC or electricians that can't find jobs, right? Right, guys? Isn't that odd? Isn't that strange? Well, I don't know any unemployed construction workers. Funny how that works. Come on, man.
Position, which they can afford to be apparently that picky because there's so few jobs and so many people looking for jobs.
Oh my God.
More than that, they don't want somebody who seems overqualified. And I'm parsing down my resume as much as I can without leaving huge gaps in it. And I still just keep getting turned down. And funny thing is, a few of those jobs still have job listings up, and I know they're still hiring because I've been in those stores or stuff like that, or some of them are new businesses,
and they still have job listings up. And I'm like, oh, weird. If only you would have hired somebody.
Oh my God, freaking idiot.
But more than that, sorry, my cat made a weird noise and it sounded like a person.
At least she already has a cat.
She's acting shocked.
Woman.
She's acting shocked that it's like this has been a known secret for the longest time. Like these companies will they'll post job postings even though they're not hiring.
Yeah.
Like that has been the standard practice for a while now. And she is just catching on to this. It's probably a good thing she's not gainfully employed because she'd probably burn that building to the ground with her freaking incompetence.
Guys, she says she's overqualified. Guys, put in the chat, what do you think her degree is in? Because you know she has a degree, probably. Guys, what
Gender
do you think
fluidity.
her useless majors in? Non-binary friggin' geology and anthropology, right? Please.
For a second, I freaked out. But anyways, more than that, I'm like trying to find some other way to make money. And so I just got back into painting.
Hold on, guys, wait. Maybe she paints houses, houses and buildings.
No,
maybe it's useful
She
painting.
does a fake
feminist house
crackhead
painting.
Larry,
Yeah.
come on, dude.
Lie detector determined that was a lie.
Larry, that means work.
Yeah.
This has to be just like, you know how they have someone, she's basically what she's saying, painting. She's taking like an entire bucket of one color of paint and throwing it at the canvas.
Yeah.
And that's it. And she
Hon-
wants
honestly-
a medal, by the way.
Yeah, well, all she has to do is take a banana or some type of tropical fruit, duct tape it onto a piece of sheetrock, and then sell it on eBay for like $200,000.
Yeah.
Actually opened up my online shop again, but I don't have very much on it. But I do not want to feel like I have to be doing this. Like it's a hobby. It's something that I love to do. And if I make money from it, that's great. But I don't want to be like stressing, like feeling like I'm one of these shop. Like,
All right, so I was wrong. I was wrong. Okay.
This is a type of person that hates capitalism. The person that's basically dead weight. If we were the Inuits, guys, we would put this person out on an ice floe and let them float off into the ocean. Because, guys, she's not carrying her weight. She's not contributing anything to society at all. Because this is a problem of the West. We have civilized the world so much that women can be absolutely useless. And not only that, but guys, they're arrogantly useless.
Yeah, I mean, this broad right here, she won't even do the job of the blowing variety.
I see what
No,
you
you
did
have to
there.
do
Hey-o!
this all the time. Like I just want to be able to exist peacefully, like, and not have to worry about money all of the time. And I also write, and I've always written, so I was like, oh, maybe I could do free writing. So I'm like researching all this stuff and like how to do your portfolio and blah blah blah, and it just is exhausting.
If you don't want to worry about money, then move to the woods.
Get a real
Find a
job.
cave.
She's done
Yeah, like-
everything except get a real job. Get your IT certs. Get your CDL. You know what I'm saying? Like drive Uber, drive DoorDash. Do something to make money. What do you do? Because
you can tell
men-
that she. Sorry.
Us men can't live this way. We cannot. If this was a guy, and guys, I should start covering these zesty dudes who talk this way, because guys, they're out there. They're out there. Lock, game changer. You guys have actually seen guys on Instagram and TikTok saying the same foolishness, right? I should be able to
look malnourished.
Yeah. Come on. What kind of man says this? But they're out there, guys. Locke, you were saying?
Yeah, no. So you can tell that this woman is bitter.
Yeah.
She wants people to buy her art. She wants to be a professional writer. The only problem is she has zero artistic talent and nobody wants to purchase her garbage. And again, this goes back. It's like, I wish that I didn't have to worry about money. It's like, no, we all know that if you had plenty of money, you would do nothing.
Yeah.
You would lay around and do nothing. That is the end goal. I mean, I've heard so many women freaking say this.
I just think that one of the most beta things that you can do is pocket watch, right? And guys, communists and socialists are the ultimate pocket watchers. Guys, put a 1 if you agree. All they're doing is watching how other dudes make money. Guys, if Elon makes another $1 billion, how's that going to stop me from getting my money? If Bezos gets, guys, this scarcity mindset never gets you anywhere. When I was young, my dad was like, look, you are going to be successful no matter what. And us being black, we constantly hear about all these systems put in place and blah, blah, blah. And I started saying, all right, let's just grant that there's all this systematic racism and white supremacy and we're being hunted by the cops. Now what? Now what? And no one ever has an answer, ever.
No,
the
because
people who should be talking the most are people like C-Grip, Game Changer, myself, Tim Hicks, everyone black in the chat that's successful, that's making moves, that's being strategic so that we can succeed. But instead, is the people who have this hopeless message of despair and victimhood. There was an article that I still needed to find. And guys, it was actually this feminist saying we need to stop telling women that the patriarchy is going to get them no matter what, because it leads to the sense of hopelessness, and then women stop doing things. If you tell them there's no way a woman will ever make it in STEM, no matter what, they're not going to try and be engineers. You know, Locke, you were saying?
Oh no, I forget. It's no, it's all good. It's all good, man. No, what you said was better.
It does not serve my ADHD either because,
there it is.
I feel like
my God, everybody has ADHD.
And I don't have.
Yep, and that's a big pharma psyop too, guys. Now all these college-age women are hooked on Ritalin, you know. So
time to even try to focus on things because I need the money right now, and that's like just not possible. So I'm just like keep trying things and I can't fucking focus.
Oh, it's possible, guys.
Y'all want to ask me what I'm doing? I'm outside hoeing. I work at hoeing. Y'all want to know what company I work at? I work at hoeing. That's the company I work at, hoeing.
like I want to ask her. It's like, okay, all right, so let's go ahead and pretend that your ADHD is so debilitating you can't find a job. I'm sure I can find enough moonshine to make me drunk enough where I can believe that.
Look, Evil Eddie said, Evil Eddie said, be a Canadian, not a Can't-adian.
It's not the ADHD, it's the OBCET.
Like I look at this and go, okay, let's say it's so debilitating that it's unmanageable to the point where you can't focus on getting a job.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Like, what exactly are you doing that is debilitating you so much?
Yeah.
Because if you're laying around on the couch just on your phone for 12 hours a day, yeah, I'm sorry, I have no sympathy for you. Because okay, I mean, we're going to have different opinions on ADHD, and yes, I do agree it can suck sometimes, but if you're not willing to put in any type of work to manage it on your end, you got no right to complain about it.
But how many people in general do you think actually really have ADHD? Because we all know that the 90s
overdiagnosed.
Is when they started overdiagnosing boys. But guess what? Boys were the canary in the coal mine, and now it's happening to women. Now there's all these chicks that are 18 to 24. They're writing them scripts. Hold on, and they're writing them scripts like it's no tomorrow, man. They asked for this. Snowboard, you were saying?
It's not happening to women. It's being remarketed to women.
Yeah.
No,
okay. That's true.
Yeah. ADHD is going to be one of those things
they hit
that
the male market first and mess them up. And then, but they didn't do it to women at first. That's all I'm saying. So they kind of they remarketed it, but they wanted the men to be weakened first.
It's not something that they were marketing to people in the sense. It's really something that has become something that people want to have for a
Yeah,
number
I
of
will agree
reasons.
with that.
And
Yeah.
one of the main reasons is access to controlled substances like Adderall. And another reason is greater test time. So if you give somebody who don't have ADHD an extra, time and a half on their SATs, or special consideration, into certain universities, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, you're going to get a lot of people who just all of a sudden had it, but for whatever strange reason, it doubled, especially amongst women and girls, since the 80s, since it was actually a bad thing.
Well, I'll tell you
no,
why.
I would say later than that.
Wait. Snowboards. Yeah, I would agree. It is later. I would say the last like 10 to 12 years. It
Exactly.
doubled because just like they say, my trauma, my PTSD, all it is a way to get around any type of accountability.
Yeah,
it's trying to say that I can't function, this and that, blah, blah, blah. It's they throw around these words, right? These mental health, I have mental health issues, I have this and that, and then big pharma goes, wait a minute, all these idiot women think that they have mental health issues, so they started releasing these surveys saying, hey, you doctors, we'll give you X amount of kickbacks if you prescribe X amount of Adderall. So what do they do? Just like they did with you guys remember in the hospital, they have the pain chart. What's your pain?
Oh yeah, the 1 through 10.
Now it's, do you oftentimes feel anxious? These nebulous, vague surveys they give girls that, of course, they're going to fill out, and all of a sudden they have Adderall and they're diagnosed with ADHD. They did the same thing with young boys. And it started with us black boys first. Hey, Gloctavia, does your son have trouble sitting down or sitting still? Does your son wrestle with other kids? That what most kids do? Yes. Guess what? He has ADHD. So,
but the boys didn't want a positive diagnosis on that. Their parents. And another thing, when it comes to black kids, a lot of the mental retardation and stuff like that they get diagnosed with. We got to understand that women in the system, they get more money if their kid is retarded. So there is a lot of fraud going on, and it's easy to convince your son to fail a test and, or not take it seriously, but they're hoping that you're retarded. And what happens is they become undereducated because they're in the slow classes and, and then they grow up and then their mama say niggas ain't shit.
Yeah.
So
game changer, even outside of race, I think kind of what we're all agreeing, but me and AJ are saying that the part where it started affecting women, as far as Adderall or that those Ritalin and whatnot, that started becoming more for women. So it was to weaken men first, but then it went to women more around, we'll just say like 2000s, just as to pick a number. I think that's what we're saying is a little bit of the difference.
But also,
the time difference, I'm not sure. I just threw the 80s out there because that's when I was a kid.
Yeah, I'm just giving the point nuance.
No. I mean, there was a recent acceleration, and I think that is due to there were benefits to it.
But also too, you remember, there's all this data from all these studies is public knowledge. So if we're Snowboard Pharma Inc. and we look and see, well, there's a double-digit increase in anxiety with young girls because of social media. Well, we have a problem. There's a problem. Oh, we can solve it. You know what I mean? Hey, guess what? You know what I mean? God, this is great for us because we have a thing called Adderall. We can say that all this anxiety, this must be because you can't focus because you're doom scrolling on freaking TikTok.
Exactly.
Well, guess what? You don't have a TikTok brain. Oh no, you have ADHD.
No, you have dopamine brain.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, it's like when you're on your phone, like 8 to 10 hours a day, you're subjecting your brain to an obscene amount of dopamine.
Yeah.
And it just turns you into a freaking zombie.
But the real thing is it's Adderall and Satterall. That's what it is. We'll troll you both ways.
Let's not forget Adderall.
Yeah.
On the
Adderall.
I don't even know what that is, but I want it.
Did
If
you
you
say
need to,
fat-
like I said, the
Adderall?
other
No, you don't. No, you don't
if
want
need
it.
to
It's what makes
dispose of
these
any
women
Adderall
fat.
and you want, I will.
Guys.
You can ship it to me, and I will dispose of it for you.
No,
Just help. Just
Faderall
trying to
is
help.
when you're too is when your dopamine is so low and you don't work out and you become fat.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah,
it's true. Yeah,
Good.
Yeah.
Perfect. Is this Game Changer again?
Yeah.
God damn it.
But yeah, guys. I think though that and it's just smart, guys. Here's the thing about evil corporations. There are times where they do things that you just have to admire because you know what? That's a great idea.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no.
Guys, there's a movie called Roger Dodger. Guys, put a 1 if you've seen this movie.
Sounds familiar.
So it's this movie about this kid. It's a young what's this guy's name? Jesse Eisenberg, right? This is like one of his first movies, and he spends a day with his uncle. And his uncle is like a marketing executive guy, right? He's a wheeling dealing guy, and he's like, so what's your job? He goes, my job? Seriously? He's like, yeah. He goes, oh, sorry guys. Let me go to here. He goes, my job is to invent a problem, convince people they have it, and then tell them that I have the solution.
It's brilliant.
He goes, that's all it is. That's all.
That's all being a Rothschild troll.
No, guys. That's just the basic marketing. That's what companies do, right?
Yeah.
So, for instance, if you own a small restaurant, right, and you have a new dessert, you have to convince that person that their problem is that they've never tried your dessert. You've never tried this delicious new thing. You know what? I got the solution for you. You are missing out. Your life is not complete until you try my food.
And
it's the basics of like advertising, you know.
And then they
have to be some huge corporate Rothschild stuff. It's saying, how do you get people to try your product? Convince them that they need it.
And then
who's in something?
Yeah. So and then I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. You're gonna love it so much that if you try it one time only, I'm gonna knock off say like 5% off the price. Yeah. They'll knock off something that won't affect the product line just to convince you that you're saving money. Like, no, it's freaking brilliant. Yeah. Like I agree with it. You gotta respect the hustle. Yeah. I mean, I take, you're talking about pharmaceuticals. I take a look at that and some of the stuff that they've pulled, especially with SSRIs, and I go, well played. I mean, you guys are horrifying,
but not even that. Making pain itself a diagnosis.
Yeah.
Think about guys. Here. Let's stop here. Let's get serious here, right? Let's take a break. Think about that for a second. Think about the paradigm shift in saying, hey, you're coming in here and you are in pain, eh? Not let's figure out what's causing the pain. Oh, no, the pain itself is something that we can diagnose as the problem. Is the diagnosis. It used to be to try and get the person out of pain. Pain is a symptom, but now it's a diagnosis. Are you guys understanding this here?
Yeah.
Yeah, pain management is one of the most lucrative medical industries.
Yes.
And you want to know what the really sad part is? Well, I find, the thing is that pain is not only just a diagnosis. Pain is also a commodity when you think about it.
Yeah.
Because when you take a look at, modern women and stuff like this, they desperately want pain. They want pain so badly that they will come up with some of the most cockamamie stories imaginable to try to portray pain.
Real pain or perceived pain.
Yeah. And they come up with some of the dumbest things imaginable because they want pain. They want trauma. They want all of these things because if you have them, you get the attention and the validation.
Sure.
And it's just disturbing because I don't want to be in pain. Pain freaking sucks.
This victimhood thing that they have on the internet, That's what like they get social credit and validation for it. And they put stuff out there. Guys, how many times have you seen me cover stories of information that we would never put out there? They're claiming bankruptcy. They have the herp, they have the high five. You know what I'm saying? All these things that as a man, like, are you serious? Like, why would you put that out there? But it's because it's a yes, queen, go queen, yeah. Now there's this chick right here, right? Let's watch this, and then I kind of have two different views on this, right? Here we go.
Of our worth. I'm so tired of our worth being tied to what we do for a living in the United States. The first question most people will ask you if you meet them at a party or just anywhere outside of where you work is, what do you do for a living? Or what do you do? Yeah. And they judge you based off of that. I personally have had to unlearn asking people.
Yeah, that's what we put our time into, really dunderhead.
Yeah, and guys, you know she only says this because she has a shit job. She's like, "Welcome to Walmart." How?
Yeah.
Hey! Don't knock Walmart. They're not that desperate for employees.
I'm not. I'm just saying, like, notice. But this is important. Notice how she's shaming you for doing something that you might have put your whole life into, as if it's afterthought.
Yeah,
and acting like it's an inconvenience to her. It's like, come on, really?
Yeah.
And there is a reason why we ask. So, what do you do? It's a safe, neutral question.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
it's a neutral question. Like it's like what am I supposed to start the conversation with?
But like, guys, which sex usually asks the other what they do for a living?
Gee, let me think.
Materialistic 304s.
Yeah,
maybe.
You guys think that a man asks any woman what she does for a living? 9 times out of 10, it's these knuckleheaded 304s asking us what we do.
None of my business. They'll tell me if they want to. And it also doesn't dictate their worth and how good of a friend they would be. Again, I find it weird how much value we assign to our professions in the United States. It doesn't define you, just like your standardized test scores didn't define you when you were in school. Standardized tests are...
As we just spent 3 hours looking at how horrible that our public school system
charities
is now.
And stuff.
Yeah. No. that they got rid of graduation requirements, testing, all this other stuff, and now we have a whole bunch of illiterates graduating from high school. Come on, man.
How much?
The only argument she's making is the argument for having a lower level of everything.
Yeah.
And how much you want to bet that this woman was part of the tech layoffs of 2021?
100%.
She's trying to be a cult leader,
but she sucks.
One at a time, please.
That's why she's saying this, because she got laid off and she can't get a job that was paying her the same amount of money, so she doesn't have the bragging rights. So now she's trying to, and now it's like she's trying to turn it around so she doesn't have to talk about how she lost this high-paying job where she got paid like, what, 80, 90 grand a year to send like 4 emails and to hang out in like a freaking, pink-colored think room where she got to nap every day before snack time.
Yeah, and you notice how this is shaming those that are successful and that are proud of their job.
Exactly. Yes, that's what I was trying to bring up. That the shaming and it's meant to be negative.
Yeah.
In other words.
Yep.
Horrible, and they're just a way to filter people out. They are not a measure of how smart you are. Again, just like what you do for a living is not a measure of how good of a person, friend, etc. It's not a measure of your value. I don't know.
Now, guys, here's the thing here. Guys, put a 1 if you've noticed that these modern women, especially ones that have no husband, no nothing, they always make their career. Well, most women have jobs, right? They make their job their entire identity. Yeah. Guys, my day job, I don't ever talk about my day job because it doesn't define that. It's a paycheck. A lot of men, we work a job that pays good so we can have a really good personal life. We can work on that old car. We can do the stuff that we want to do, but we don't make our job our identity. Women do this. That's what they do. And that's why they get so mad when they see men that are doing better than them, that are earning more than them, whatever, in jobs that they think are beneath them. Oh, Snowboard climbs trees for a living. He's a dirty, whatever, blue-collar man. But then they see Snowboard happy, whereas they're in some air-conditioned office, right? And they're like, well, how is he happier than me? Well, maybe Snowboard doesn't define himself by his work. He has a lot of friends and family and hobbies and other things to where, like, and he might enjoy his job too, but they just can't.
And I'm not dying in the office.
Yeah.
Dude, like that's a big part
Being
of it.
anti-capital.
I saw this girl post.
One of the worst things.
Warn us next. Hey, I give out Granny Gertrude warnings. You can at least do the same for us, man.
Sorry about the jump scare, guys. Right? Here's the thing. Colin, my friend, if you're there, guys.
Yeah. What's up?
Is this not the typical like Washington, Seattle chick where she's actually decent looking, but you can tell she's uglified herself? You know what I'm saying? With the bull ring and guys, this is the basic Seattle broad right here. They don't want to get shamed by the fatties and the uggos for fitting the beauty standards, so they'll do like the white girl dreadlocks. They'll get stupid tattoos and piercings, also they can like fit in with the uggos. Even though they still get guys, even a hippified hot chick is still hot. I'm sorry, like Colin, you've seen these chicks, right?
Oh, yeah.
You see them walking down the street, and like, man, if you didn't stink like patchouli and have dreadlocks, I'd smash. Or I probably look. If it was 2 a.m., I'd invite you over, smash. Well, no, I'd go to her house, smash, and throw the smoke bomb.
Who is this guy?
I don't know.
I'd have to tell her my name is Game Changer, though. I'd leave Game Changer's name and date of birth on her nightstand. Here we go.
Things about capitalism. One of the worst things about capitalism is how much it alienates and isolates us from ourselves, from other people, and from that which we believe in. According to a 2019 poll, almost 25% of millennials reported having 0 friends. In 2017, the Surgeon General Vivek Murthy reported that there was a loneliness epidemic in America, and that was before the COVID-19 epidemic. And lastly, a recent study revealed that loneliness is worse for you than smoking 15 cigarettes a day. And all of this, as so many problems in our society, can be traced back to capitalism.
Guys, come on.
Some people are really fucking stupid.
Guys, and yes, those are SSRIs, guys, right? If that's not a Zoloft stare, then I don't know what is.
Capitalist system, your job is at the center of your life. You're expected to be self-sustaining because you are a cog in a greater machine. As a result, people typically don't have time to see friends and family. Additionally, capitalism and free market thinking in general is highly suspicious of organized groups of people. Over the last 200 years or so, we've witnessed the steady erosion of collective groups and communities that used to exist. Karl Marx takes it one step further and argues that capitalism alienates us from ourselves. He argues that the worker invariably loses the agency to determine their own action. They lose the ability.
And basically saying that's a victimhood mindset right there. I'm glad she said it. Guys, you have more control over your destiny than you realize, man. You just have to take a step outside of yourself and say, if I'm not happy with my situation, what can you do to change it? If you hate your job, you're not getting paid enough, guys, switch careers. It's never too late. And one thing that a lot of people do, they're more okay with the BS that they know than the unknown. Guys, if you quit your job and you go to be like a software developer or a long haul truck driver, that crap job you have now is not going anywhere. You could always go back. Try new things, guys, please.
Ability to define their relationships with other people, and also to have like true ownership over the goods that are crucial to survival. In a capitalist system, we are perceived, again, as cogs in a machine. We are parts of a greater whole to which we must be subservient. This creates a profound feeling of alienation and disconnection from the self and from others. And the consequences are staggering. As we know, the opposite of addiction is connection, right? A massive contributor to the problem of addiction is isolation. And what's the solution?
The whole premise she just said and skipped by was crazy. She's like, addiction is communication, or she just said she just threw in some garbage to mess with you right there.
Well, she's a quote unquote healing coach, right?
A cult member.
We all know that that's foolishness.
That's what I'm saying. Remember, we've said this before. Sometimes these life coaches are the worst. This is a life coach, probably.
Yeah.
So, all right, I've got a theory about life coaches. The worst advice you can get is from someone who claims to be a life coach, because they base their entire philosophy on failure. They have screwed up so many times. It's like and I've always been a firm belief. I've always been of the firm belief that failing is an important part of the learning process. But if your entire business model is based on your failure as a human being, you probably shouldn't be trying to use that as a selling point.
Yeah. Guys, hit the like button, guys. Let's get the likes up, please. Hit the super chat button, guys. And guys, hit the join for a membership. I have some more members-only content coming out. And guys, it's so funny that affluent white female urban leftist is kind of going viral right now, guys. And guys, remember, I've had merch for that for a while. So guys, grab a mug or grab a t-shirt, you know what I'm saying? Because we have those you can go to my merch shop. You can see that we have
I saw that
the shirt.
that's been making the rounds.
And we've got the mug. Guys, go grab yourself one. Hey guys, you know what my bestseller is?
Oh man,
guys, the 304 Tears mug. I've sold more of these. You gotta quench your thirst somehow, right?
You gotta get those electrolytes in, man. You gotta get the electrolytes.
No, look at that.
It's to gather in a group of people. And whether that's in AA or Smart Recovery or rehab or any of these other communities, hey,
there's the cat.
Of course she has a cat. Of course she does.
It's not a question of whether or not they have a cat. It's a question of how many they have.
Yeah, that's true.
And how many more they want.
Very, 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 very true.
Other human beings in a close-knit circle in which you can truly discuss your genuine feelings. But I would take it one step further and argue that not only addicts and people who are in serious crisis need communities of that sort. We all do. It's common parlance in the rooms of AA and other groups like that to hear people say, wow, I wish everybody in the world had a program like this. And the truth is, we used to. We used to have really robust...
Yeah, and you feminists ruined it.
Yeah, thanks for that, by the way.
Feminists ruined it. And guys, here's the thing about this chick, because this chick's not bad looking, right? This is a type of chick that's been brainwashed. Like, I'm more than just my looks. So she tries to like memorize just enough to try and sound smart. It's like, what do you? Shut up. You don't know anything. But she just does this so she can try to prove that she's not skating by on looks and BJ. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but what you're saying shows that it's a psyop / soy-op.
Yeah,
that's what this is.
I see what you did there.
Communities and neighborhoods and unions and organizations. I personally believe that one of the reasons we're seeing such a sharp rise in mental illness and addiction is because of this isolation. So
because they're counting women now in all of these. And guys, here, isn't it funny how they hate capitalism, but at the same time?
Okay, let's talk about dating. And
I remember this broad.
Who should be paying for dates? What do you guys think I'm going to say? Men. Men should be paying for dates.
Privileged white suburban 304.
Yeah.
Awful behavior.
That they can say the same thing, right? They can say that capitalism's wrong, this and that, but then men need to pay for dates.
Mhm.
Absolutely. And this is a ancient looking old broad. Can you imagine anyone trying to
she's
talk
over
to
50.
this? Guys, come on, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, Kingpin.
You notice how she's drinking Starbucks?
Yeah.
You want to know what else they sell at Starbucks? A croissant.
Crippling depression.
No, a croissant. An unbuttered, dry croissant at Starbucks. Have that.
I see where you're going with that
pay
one.
for dates at least 1 through 3.
Yeah.
After date 3, I'll usually offer to pay for something. Like if we go bowling and dinner, I'll say I'll pick up bowling or I'll pick up dinner, or sometimes like the
Oh, come on.
Eyebrows.
All right, so no, here's
last person
this
I
is
went.
the funny thing. This is the funny thing. She says, "Okay, you pay for the first 2 dates, and then after the third one, I will offer." But what she really means is that I am going to pretend to look fair, but I'm still expecting you to pay. If you expect me to cover any of the things that happen on the date, then I will offer just as a gesture. Do not take me up on it, because if you do, I'm going to shame you online.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. I think the term for that is faking virtue.
Yeah.
Right? It's all fake. This is why, like, oh, because you're a great catch, I'm going to make you wait a long time to make it appear as if that's not what I do with all the other men. I'm going to offer to pay just to fake it so that you think that I'm not using you or mooching off of you.
No. A lot of them don't even do that anymore. This chick said that she lets them pay. I let them. Wait, first of all, what are you talking about? Like, it's just this self-righteous, moronic, dunderheaded foolishness, right? And guys, why would you even date in the West nowadays? Why, guys? Monk modes, passports. That's it. Seriously, guys, why? Because someone goes, you could meet a chick and bring her here, and she'd be westernized and leave you. It's like, let's just say that that's the case. But if you bring some Colombian, 8 or 9 over, you guys get married, you have kids, you at least get a good decade, 12 years out of her. You understand? Of her putting empanadas on a plate and being hot. You know what I'm saying? You might get got, but at least get got by like a 9 or a 10 and not a 5. Locke, you were saying?
No, I lost my train of thought. It's all good.
Here we go.
Thank you so much for paying for our first date. Now let's see everything I did to make sure that I looked good for that first date. Nails. Now I do my nails at home, but most women
Didn't
don't.
ask you to do that.
Easily $100. The makeup that you like so much, $50.
We don't like that
The lie
makeup.
detector determined that was a lie.
Come on, dude.
We never.
$40.
I have never seen a single video of a man saying that they want a woman who wears 5 pounds of industrial grade makeup that they spent like half of their rent on at a store. Like, I have never heard a man say that.
And nails. Oh, man.
Even within her logic, it makes no sense.
Man, she gotta have nails, man, or I ain't messing with her. Who says?
Even within her logic, it makes no sense, right? If she's like, oh, well, look at this makeup thing, it costs $50. You're not putting the whole thing on. It has like 200 applications. You're putting 3 cents of it on your face. Even within her logic, it makes no sense. I could come back and say, look, the car that I picked you up in cost $80,000. You pay.
Yeah, it's true. It's very, 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 very true.
$30. I don't know. I think this was like $20 or $30.
The nail thing.
And that's just basic stuff, not even all of it. My hair that you want perfectly done.
I can't listen to.
Yeah, no, like here, dude, AJ, that broad is actually a regular on my channel. Trust me, trust me. You don't want to look too deep into that abyss. You just don't want to with that woman. I
This
actually
chick-
got to give her an old lady name.
Has the glasses and she's an RN. Uh-oh.
Every day I disappoint in men more and more. Like, what's
She's
wrong?
driving.
Where this world is going. So there's this guy trying to take me on a date. And he was texting me trying to see when I'm free and stuff. And I was like, I'm just so busy. I'm working all the time and making money, to be honest. obviously something is not clicking. That's why I'm like not making time. So he said, "Oh, making money, great. So you're paying for our first date."
Yeah, nice.
I guess he was trying to be funny. I don't know if that's funny to anybody.
Very funny.
City boy!
It was not funny to me. I didn't laugh. I didn't laugh at all.
Well, that's because you're stupid.
He was trying to be funny. He said that later in our conversation. Like when he saw my reaction to it. Because he figured out that he fucked up. And then he said, I said, I'm not paying for a date ever.
Look at that, guys.
First date. I didn't even say I'm not paying for first date. I said I'm not paying for a date ever.
Then what good are you?
Well, you can pay for our 12th date. That's okay. Because we are getting there. Now he's trying to be like nice, like because he's gonna like make me his girlfriend. Like, what? No, sir. You will not. Like, you will not make me your girlfriend. Not like that. And not at all. Especially not now.
God, you're annoying. Guys, look, someone says, what's wrong if women pay? And he says, equal rights. She says, a lot's wrong with that, my friend. Equal rights doesn't erase personal standards. I'm looking for a man who leads and provides. That's my preference, and I'm not compromising on it. I don't pay for dates. Appreciation later in a relationship or marriage is different. When women chooses to do something else. Look at that, guys. So you have to do all this stuff up front. It's just to choose to reciprocate.
Yeah. And notice how she says appreciation. When she's talking about appreciation, she's talking about her squish box. That's what she's talking about.
Guys, why would any man in his right mind put up with this foolishness? Why? Why? Oh, guys, hold on. Here, guys. Sorry, I guess.
All right, I'm going to take a shot in the dark. She's got 3 cats, 2 of which her landlord doesn't know about. That's my guess.
Guys.
Lesbians.
Lesbian. Guys, please never listen to anything that this that anyone who looks like this says.
Yeah,
guys,
God help you.
That's the best thing that can happen is that ICE starts to take care of more people who look like this.
Yeah. And guys, also too, like if you were another country looking at this, being American and being like America's the best country, and you see a dunderhead like this saying anything, trying to give advice, like this is very confusing.
Yeah.
Is it like a man or a chick? There's a lot that's going on.
Yeah, it's like that haircut makes her look like she's 12. Like I don't even know if it's a she.
It's just confusing.
It just makes it look like a 12-year-old.
Yep. Disgusting.
It's
starting to get to the point.
Sorry. Keep on.
Oh no. It's just like at that angle, I was thinking like where are your parents? And do they know that you're posting on TikTok? And then when she turned, or when it turned and started looking to the camera, go, okay, I see
this
it now.
Guys, remember I was saying the term soy op? This is an example of that.
Keep talking.
This is a soy op.
I'll be back.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's just like it's crazy because
it's just
they get
creepy.
haircuts. They think they get haircuts like this, thinking that it's a personal statement, but all it is just proof that it's just proving or showing their card, their membership card into the freaking cult. Like they'll shave half of their head, they'll like get god awful tattoos. I mean, you know the ones I'm talking about, like those really cheap, crappy looking ones. They'll get nose rings, they'll purposefully make themselves look ugly and try to say, this is how I express myself, my individuality. And I look at that and go, there are millions of you. You're in a freaking cult. You've given them your money, and it's like you can't be deprogrammed. You are so deep into this nonsense.
No, you're right. Definitely. That's especially, it's funny you said the half shaved head thing and stuff. That's 100% true. Like this is strange on a few levels. Ask yourself, why would that would even be a thing that half of their head is shaved? Why? Because you're sitting there looking like, is this actually kind of a dude or a chick or what? Like, so how am I supposed to take what they're saying seriously when I'm not figuring out their gender?
Yeah,
they
I don't
seem
know.
a troll. It's creepy.
Well, guys, here's the thing about the whole
confusing
non-binary thing, and that's the only smart thing that Lauren Chin has said. That one conservative chick who got cooked by Andrew Wilson. So she had a thing saying, you notice how the majority of non-binary people, they're all white chicks, and the reason why is there's a whole bunch of them that are ugly, and then they weren't raised to be feminine, so they're like, well, I don't feel like a girl, so I must be non-binary. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and it's like, well, no, you were just not raised to embody femininity or womanhood.
And
you know what I mean?
One of the big things, it's like, and this goes back to the head shaving thing too. It's like, why don't I feel like a girl? Because someone told you not to feel that way. The reason why you shave the side of your head is because someone else told you to do it, and you did it without question.
Yeah.
You don't question anything. Somebody tells you something and you just immediately believe it. They can't think for themselves, and the mere idea of thinking for yourselves will send these people into a blind rage where they have to give you a 9-page dissertation on the patriarchy, and they don't even define what the patriarchy is.
It's true. Guys, patriarchy just means from the father. It means, guys, there's no way around patriarchy. There's no way. Any country who decides to actually put women in every single position of power or authority and somehow kick the men out is going to get destroyed by any other group there is, because they have men doing the work. That's how it works.
And I'm not trying to plug myself too much in here, but I did have a running gag going on for a while. Whenever I had a video of a woman saying the patriarchy, I go, I'm just convinced that the patriarchy was originally a really, really good meatball sandwich that modern women ruined. So whenever they talk about the patriarchy, I'm just assuming they're talking about a sandwich, because they love their vague expressions. They love to keep it vague and generalized, because so long as you can keep it vague and generalized, you don't have to show any proof or any evidence.
Yeah.
And any evidence they do have is taken so blatantly out of context that like a blind squirrel could show you that you're wrong.
So Lauren Chen says, my theory on non-binary identities: some women have extremely low self-esteem, and that leads them to be uncomfortable with the idea of femininity. And after all, if women are supposed to be feminine and beautiful, but they're not feminine and don't feel beautiful, they must not be women. So they reject womanhood in favor of a more neutral label, non-binary. Now, they don't have to deal with the associations or expectations of being man or woman. Facts. Absolute facts, guys. And we actually not us, but people, they encourage this foolishness. Mm-hmm. Here you go, guys.
Of actual, I'm starting to get to the point of actual rage every time I'm talking to someone and I mention, I wish I lived in an economic society where I could just crochet stuff as a living.
So you get free stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's what she's asking about.
And their response is, oh, you could do that. Just open up your own online store. First off, I don't want to be a small business owner. Nothing about the idea of being a business owner in any capacity is appealing to me. And despite popular belief, opening up your own online shop is not cheap. It's not free, because marketing is not free. The supplies, not free. The shipping packages, not free. Where am I getting the money for that stuff? I have a grand total of $24 to my name right now.
It's $40 a month on Shopify, guys. Just so you know, Shopify, you could do it with $40 a month. That's your online shop.
She said she has $24.
Well. It's so pretty much she's saying, I wish that I could just, crochet for a living. And then when somebody says, why don't you sell it? She's pretty much saying she wants to sit around and do nothing and get paid for it.
Yeah.
Why doesn't she just run for federal government?
Yeah.
You're a bum.
You ever heard the phrase that you got a problem for every solution? That's what this reminds me of. She's got a problem for every single solution.
Yep.
Enough for me to be going into debt, especially when I don't want to be a business owner in the first place.
Moron, guys, they're so stupid.
It's like she won't be again. This goes back. They want to have everything and do nothing for it. They just want to sit around and have like a subsidy check mailed to them every month so they can, freaking complain on TikTok and watch their reality television, have their food delivered to them from DoorDash. They just want to be paid to do nothing.
Guys,
that is the end game. I'm telling you.
Guys, anything else on the topic before we switch gears here? Because, guys, check out this news story. Hey, matter of fact, hold on, guys. Watch this. Watch.
It was a case that had a lot of people talking. A woman accused of letting her 5-year-old daughter wax dozens of adult clients. And
Rage.
Look at that, guys. Look at that. And of course, it's Octavian, right?
Well.
Look at that.
She appeared in court. Thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Alex Coleman.
And I'm April Thompson. WRG's Braille Brown has more on why her hearing was reset and the outcome her attorney is hoping for.
Hopefully I can convince them to drop this.
Here's your attorney in the state are continuing to work on this matter, see how this is going to be resolved. There may need to be some time to see how this is going to ultimately play out.
Jasmine Moss, charged with child neglect and abuse for allegedly allowing her 5-year-old daughter to wax dozens of nude adult clients at Moss's home waxing business.
It's an unusual case. It's a little complicated because there was a DCS investigation, and also there's some licensing issues with Miss Moss with the cosmetology board. So we need some time to investigate that.
The allegations against Moss came in light after a viral Instagram post, which, according to the court documents, showed the girl applying hot wax on nude clients.
Of course she put it on Facebook. Of course.
Court documents say in the post, Moss wrote she and her daughter waxed 24 people. Her defense attorney told Your News leader after spending time investigating, they believe the state should drop the case.
Certainly, maybe some questionable parenting, but does that amount to a crime? Our position is that it does not.
Only women have that kind of privilege.
I don't know about anybody else, but I am deeply disgusted by that. Yeah. And one of the reasons, this is one of the things that I have noticed is, and I've talked about this before, but we have seen a massive rise of modern mothers who straight up are emotionally disconnected from their children to the point where they just use them to make money and then use them as weapons in their freaking games to always be right. And what that woman did and what she's currently doing with the defense of her case, unforgivable. I'm sorry, but no child should, that's not questionable parenting. You actually have to have parenting in order for it to be questionable. That, absolutely disgusting.
You hit the nail on the head when you said, they're completely oblivious, or they're raising the child to benefit the parent. I mean, to understand where that comes from, we have to look at the welfare system. I mean, children are born to feed the mothers. So yeah, the whole dynamic has been going on, particularly in the Black community, particularly in the fat Black woman community, for a number of generations. They were raised, basically they were born. The whole reason why they're there is so their mama could get a check for 18 years. That's the whole reason. So it's not a huge jump with that upbringing for her to say, I'm going to make money using my daughter. It's not a huge jump at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's just, man, like that is an incredibly dark side of like generational gaps right now, that like the sheer amount of mothers out there who resent their children and have no problem pretty much putting them to work just to make their lives easier as soon as possible. Like, these mothers don't love their children. They straight up don't love their own kids, and that's freaking messed up.
I'm
that's
gonna
stop ranting now.
Yeah,
that's obvious. I mean, that's the result of a system that pays women to have kids. You know, that's capitalism as far as fertility goes. I mean, they're not required to love them in order to get a check every month. They're not required to love them in order to fleece the father for child support. They're not required to love their kids. But no, she don't love her daughter.
No, like, Mike Tyson, he once said, there's no woman on this earth who's going to love you more than your mother. Oh, Mike. Oh, boy.
Wasn't he an orphan?
All I know is that he bit a dude's ear off.
Guys, here we go. You guys remember this case? This went viral on YouTube and TikTok. First of all, it was two B-dubs arguing, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Because one, she's driving Uber, and they got in a fight, and then this one pepper sprays the one in the back seat. So guys, let's change up the ambiance here.
In a closed car?
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you.
and guys, let's do this.
That's the sound of the police!
There we go. Let's go.
I'm on North Central Avenue. It is an Uber driver. She has somebody she was taking. I don't know where she was taking a lady, but we were passing by and she got out of the car. They got a knife and they fighting. There's blood everywhere on the driver. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, stay on the line, ma'am. Hold on.
Yeah, bystander in this whole situation.
How did I know they were going to be dressed that way?
Look at that.
I'm not sure what happened, but
That's the only way they could dress. They're like Smurfs.
Oh,
They have a uniform.
You guys didn't see the earth shake as she walked from the car?
Oh, but I did feel it in my stomach.
Attack me. I want to go to the hospital.
Okay, I got an ambulance coming. All right, you got a knife or OC spray?
I have that in my car.
Okay.
I maced her because I asked her to get out the car.
Gotcha.
She was threatening me. I didn't feel comfortable. She kept threatening me. I maced her.
Gotcha.
She then proceeds to get out the car
Yeah.
and scratch. Like, I'm just so mad right now. I
got you.
can't. Like,
Okay.
it's taking
Let's
everything
get out of the street.
in me. Like, this is such a ridiculous. Like, what the fuck is wrong with people? Like,
Now you know what us men ask every single day, right? Right, guys? These knuckleheaded B-dubs are demons, man. They're demons. Seriously.
AJ, you don't understand. It's different when it happens to them. You have privilege. Stop triggering me with your privilege.
It's safe for EMS to approach.
Hey,
can I get your?
I'm so mad.
I know you're mad. Can I get your ID card from me, please?
You want me to get it? Are you okay? You want me to get it? Are you okay?
Hold on. All right, so just so I'm clear for the report, you saw him having some kind of altercation. You saw her get out of the car.
Yeah, all I seen was her getting out the car and yelling, her over there, yelling. So I stopped because I just seen all this blood on her, and I was trying to make sure they was okay. And then she said that she would attack her. I want to touch her.
I got you.
Yeah, so she said that she attacked her, and she wasn't. I want to call the police. Okay, well, I called also.
I got you. I'll be right with you, man.
That's not where tits belong.
Yeah, well, I got an ambulance coming. They got water.
No, right?
I got you. I'll be right with you, man.
Yeah, so that's what I saw. That's what she said. So
No,
Mr. Whitney,
gravity.
she's been
Gravity
OC.
is pushing them down.
She got attacked and scratched, and she used deployed OC on her to get her off. All right, ma'am, I got an ambulance coming to.
no, because I requested a cool Uber. She got mad and said that she turned the air up and left the window down. And I said, "Babe, I'm hot." She said, "Stop calling me babe." And I said, "But I'm hot and I'm sweating back here. I requested a cool Uber. Can you let the window up?" She stopped the car and told me to get out.
So she turned around and maced you because you asked her to turn the air conditioner down?
Yeah, that's exactly.
You guys believe that story?
No, I don't.
Come
It's
on, man.
I mean, I believe that the air conditioner was partly involved because I can imagine an Uber driver dealing with someone who gets into their car and say, "I want it at my temperature," and they say, "Okay, well, I want to be comfortable as a driver, just like you want to be comfortable as a passenger. So get the fuck out." I could
Yeah.
picture it happening, but her saying like, I'm going to keep it up and here's some pepper spray. No, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
I think that it
Yeah.
started like that
Yeah.
and it escalated. I think that she escalated, but she's not going to mention the escalation.
Of course not, guys. I'm gonna do a maybe on Monday we'll do a daytime 50 and 304s. And guys, there's a couple of crazy ex-girlfriends. This one guy, straight up, she hits the guy with the car in front of a cop. They get in a fight, and then the guy's talking to a cop, and the girl jumps in the Altima, bam, and just right in front of the cop. The cop's like, "What the hell?" It's like, "He jumped up on the hood of my car." It's like, "I watched you hit."
They're used to getting away with stuff.
So I mean, your elbow has a little scratch on it. Your shoulder looks like it's injured a little bit.
Yeah.
What happened? How did that get injured like that?
She threw me on the floor. She grabbed me by my hair. She pulled one of my locks out. I have it in my pocket.
Okay.
And that's when I stuck her in the eye because she wouldn't let me go. She would not let me go, and we fell to the ground. And
Were you in the car or out of the car at this time?
this time I was out of the car because she just maced me, so I got out.
Gotcha.
I wasn't standing there while she attacked me.
Gotcha.
So how did she throw you on the floor?
No, I mean, she grabbed me by my hair.
What
Out
a
of the car.
mess.
She maced me. I got out. She grabbed me by my hair. I'm sorry. I'm just really mad right now, and I don't want to take my aggression out on nobody. I just want a moment because this is crazy. Like, what are we even talking about? Why does my face even look like this? How dare you think you can put your hands on me? Like, what are we talking about right now? Like, what is this? Like, what is this?
Okay. Can you tell me what happened?
I asked this woman to get out of the car because she was threatening me. I pulled over
What is
right
she saying
here.
exactly? The threat.
We came around. We were on the.
Hey guys, they're both gonna lie to try and avoid any type of accountability. So
I believe the driver, even though she's fat, and that's because that's because she serves. Like, if she was really about that and she just randomly pepper sprayed, because she wouldn't be an Uber driver for very long. So something had to trigger this incident.
Yeah, that's true. 1 second, guys.
Highway. She asked, "Can you turn the AC up?" The AC was on.
Yeah.
I turned it up. She's like, she said something under her breath. I'm like, I turned it up. She's like, "This is a comfort car. I ordered a comfort car. I wanted it cool." The AC has been like this all day.
Yeah.
I don't roll the windows all the way down. The window was just like this. She's like, "You need to roll the windows up." I'm like, "Well, it's going to take a second for it to cool down because I just turned it up. Give it a second." She starts going on and on about this is comfort, this is the Uber. I'm like, "Well, would you like a new driver?" She's like, "No, you need to take me home." I'm like, "Well, I don't really feel comfortable because you're yelling at me. I don't know you. Like, I just feel like you need a new driver." So I pulled over here. She goes, "I'm not getting out of the car until you give me a refund." I'm like, "I can't give you a refund. Uber has to do that." She's like, "No, you're going to give me a refund." I'm like, "Okay."
Oh, look at that.
You still have to get out of the car. Like, you're yelling at me.
Yeah, we see
doing
what happened.
theatrics, all of this, whatever. So then I get out of the car and I open this back door. And she goes, "Bitch, you're going to touch me." I'm like, "Ma'am, I'm not touching you. I just want you to get out of the car. Like, you're sitting in here, you're threatening me, you're doing all of the theatrics. I feel uncomfortable. Get out of the car." She's like, "Bitch, I wish you would." She gets her mace out. I'm like, "Oh, so you're going to mace me?" She's like, "Yeah, bitch, if you touch me, woo, woo, woo." I grabbed my mace. I proceed to mace her. It's on camera. She was recording me the whole time. The entire time I'm recording, she's recording. I'm asking her to get out of the car. Can you please get out the car? You're making me uncomfortable. She goes, bitch, you're going to make me. She goes, boom. She hits me.
Look at that.
So after she hits me.
And that was outside the car right here?
That was, no, we were in the car. I maced her in the car. The doors were closed. She hits me, like full-fledged hits me. So once we get out of the car, she's getting her stuff out the car, whatever. I close the door. I go to the back to get her suitcase, which she has now. I threw that out the car. I go to get her suitcase. This bitch runs up on me. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, why am I fighting a total stranger? Like, I want to press charges because this is crazy.
Let's go over here so the medics can take a look at your suitcase.
Crazy. Like, now I have to get a tetanus shot because she dug her fucking
Hey, sorry. I'm kind of not really sure who's primary.
She's telling the truth.
Really?
She's the fellas telling the truth.
From driving Uber from the past, I believe everything the Uber driver's saying.
Yeah,
I believe every single thing she's saying.
Yeah,
the Uber driver has so much more to lose by lying. So yeah,
Well,
I buy the drive. I say the driver is 100%. I'd say I give her that one.
Yeah, and also there's a sense of entitlement that broke people have when they spend a little bit of money, like on something like an Uber.
That's
Like
fact.
that whole queen mentality, like, you know, I paid for a cool. That is consistent with that mentality, followed by I want you to give it to me for free.
Yep.
Yep. I have stories exactly like this from having driven Uber.
Okay, so yeah, there you have it. Yeah, so yeah, I believe the Uber driver. Because this is a woman who had to save up for.
According to her story, she.
Say again?
I said the passenger was a woman who had to save up for Uber. You know, she normally takes the bus, but she decided to treat herself to Uber. Like that's the situation, and as such, she felt to be treated like, you know, she's queen of the $20.
Yeah, and that's how a lot of these B-dubs act when they actually go to like a decent restaurant. You know what I'm saying? Then they just run the servers like crazy, treat everyone like trash, you know?
Right.
It's the worst. So
yeah.
Let's get back, guys. Just see
yeah.
who they arrest.
Because you're not, if you refund my money, I'll get out the car. I cannot refund you your money. Why not? Why not? You sound retarded. You are retarded. I requested a call. Get the fuck out the car. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, there's pepper spray on the phone, on the camera when she was recording.
Well, right now she's in the wrong because she said get out the car, and she stayed in the car. She said when she said I'm not going to leave until you give me a refund, bam, you're trespassing.
Yeah, it's true.
You're going to jail.
Yeah, but you think this idiot will think like that?
Yeah,
absolutely
I think the cop
not.
realizes that, and she's gonna go to jail.
Yeah,
exactly.
Okay, just stop recording. You got her license still?
Let's skip ahead and see who that is. Arrest.
2290. Okay, we're still investigating it.
It's way.
Yeah,
we can't go that far out of the jurisdiction.
Okay.
To the west end.
Needless to say, the police were called, and since then, a warrant has been issued for the Uber driver.
Oh, that's
Who do
not
you think
fair.
was at fault?
Oh, that sucks, man.
Yeah, God, that ain't right.
That would be like someone that's in your house who won't leave. You know what I'm saying? Like
Waters'
that's
rights.
crazy. Guys, this is why I'm from the West Coast. I would never, ever, ever move back to the West Coast. Guys, in Washington State, California, you have to do everything that you can to get away from someone who breaks into your house. Right?
Well, that's everywhere.
Well, not in the South where I live.
Well, my state.
The woman in DC, in Washington DC.
Yeah, but DC's.
I mean, I don't know what the law is state by state, but squatters' rights is.
No. You're missing what I'm saying.
Okay.
In California, if someone breaks into your house, to do you harm. You have to try and run away. And if you can't run away, you have to respond with equal force. Meaning you have to give them a survey and say, "Excuse me, sir, are you trying to kill me where I live? Someone breaks into my house, I will shoot them and they will die."
Excuse me, sir. Do you mind? You're pointing this gun at me. Do you intend on firing it at me?
We have Washington State and then all of Canada. They just passed a law in Canada saying that you cannot do harm to someone. You have to call the cops. Guys, what kind of craziness? This is America, Jack. Well, guys, you are better off being judged by 12 than carried by 6.
They are castle laws and standard ground laws. If you don't have a couple of those, you're cooked. You're literally submitting to being cooked. That you need to let some lawyer say, "Oh, well, were you at?" It's basically a Michael Myers movie, and you're at the very last thing, and you finally decide to kill the demon down after it's broken through every room of your home.
Because on these in Canada, he says proportional response at most or else. Think about that. You're being penalized for how you defend your own property. Guys, go over and drop Locke a sub. Guys,
I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Game Changers channel and drop him a sub. Is 0100, right?
Yeah, 00100.
Yeah,
Game Changers cool, and Locke is cool too.
Yeah, guys,
thank you, man. Appreciate that.
Support them, guys. Once again, there's like a new crop of dudes coming up in this space. Game Changer's been around a lot. Yeah, he's been around for a while. But guys, still fresh and funky, and all those morons are on the way out. All these dudes that are selling courses and doing pickup artists and all that, they're out of here, right? And I think
go ahead.
Crop of guys once again, we aren't trying to sell you anything. We're just out of here to try and guys. Everyone that's in this chat, guys, we have this sixth sense of humor, right? That's why we're here, guys. We're just trying to help the younger guys and have a space where we can exchange ideas, make observations, and that's pretty much it. Make the prescriptions when we can, obviously, because older millennials are getting divorced en masse. People, Game Changer. Locke, how many times have you heard this? Because it happens about once every 26 or 27 months. Oh, the red pill is dead. It's dying.
I love it when that happens.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
I love it when they say that because they think that we have cult leaders that we followed. It's wonderful. I love it when I hear that. It makes me laugh.
Yeah,
it makes me smile.
It's a belief system. Whether it's losing popularity online or not, it's still going to be how people believe. It's really just a belief system that people come together on.
Yeah, and guys, once again, I might disagree with Game Changer on things. I might disagree with Locke. There's the thing, guys. We can't be like these wokey wokes and these leftists and these.
It's not possible.
Where we're constantly trying to disqualify each other, right? If I disagree with Locke on something, he is still, I believe his intentions are good. His cause is just, and the cons, and the pros of what he's doing outweighs the cons. You see all of our opponents, women, LDHD TVs, and these leftists, they're always trying to say, well, if you disagree with this one thing, you aren't blank. Guys, we are a loose collective of guys that are trying to make things better any way we can. But guys, once again, there's a new crop of guys. Guys, make sure to show them support. That's why I always tell you guys to go and sub to other people's channels, because guys, the more that we can trigger this algorithm, you can Game Changers channel, Locke's channel, my channel. We all say some pretty crazy stuff, but I think that we've managed to make this system to where we can live in the algorithm and not get got and lasting. And then Locke, you can go. Guys, once again, please remember, censorship is about censoring ideas, not about vernacular. All right? Guys, you know what I say on my channel. No cussing, code your language. You know what I'm saying? Please. You can cuss a little bit, but guys, F-bombs, all stuff. Because guys, The algorithm is Coyote and we're the Roadrunner, okay? Because all of us are clever enough to make our points without having to say F this and every 5 seconds, right? You know what I mean? And that's how my channel and others have managed to actually grow while saying some of the crazy stuff that we say. Locke, you were saying?
Oh yeah, no. When you were talking about how I'm never going to sell a course, I don't think that's fair because I am planning in the next like 10 years to release a course directed directly at modern women. It's going to be intensive. It's going to train them how to open up their own doors. I call it door theory. All right, patent pending. You know, and I honestly think if they apply themselves for like the 10-year course, that's how long it's going to take for them to learn this. Yeah. They should be able to figure out how to open up their stupid doors without complaining about it.
Yeah,
you know, I'm being optimistic. I know it's not a smart thing, but yeah, that's the only course I will ever try to sell.
I just think that all the new guys that are coming in, like there's a lot of like 35 to like 41-year-olds that are they got married, they're millennials and they're getting cooked. And guys, once again, they're too smart for the courses and the coaching and all that foolishness. You know what I'm saying? They just want to like find content like ours, realize that they're not alone, that they're not crazy. Like I knew this the whole time. And that's what we provide. But all right, you guys, appreciate you guys. Guys, we'll be live tomorrow at the same time, 5 p.m. We'll talk about men are winning, guys. Just the media and women just don't talk about it. Well, women hate it, but the media doesn't talk about it. So, but all right, guys, I appreciate you. Bye, guys.
Peace out, homies.